Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Good evening and welcome to Stones Live Poker. I am Jake Rosensteel, your host here for the Stones Classic $500 buy-in, 75K guarantee monster stack. Here with the one, the only, the Tasmanian Canadian, Kevin Martin. How you doing, brother?
Dude, I'm really good. It's nice to be live. We've been playing some cash games all afternoon, and they're finally down to the final 9, and I'm really excited to see these guys play for a lot of money. So thank you for having me. You guys have been wonderful hosts, and this is going to be really fun to watch this final table. I'm really happy to be here.
So you stream 4 to 5 days a week, mostly tournament poker, from what I was thinking, right?
Yes, yeah, tournament poker is my thing. I started as a cash game player, but over the last 2 years, I've pretty much transitioned to full-time tournaments, and so I'm really excited to, gambling is fun, but to watch other people gamble and critique or praise their decisions is even more fun.
And the gap between like live tournament poker and online tournament poker, tonight we'll just wait and see. 'Cause, I mean, you're the expert, you're the pro, seeing all. Yeah, we use that word liberally.
I'm still a learning player for sure. But we'll see what these guys get up to. I think we have a range of skill levels and people willing to gamble. So I'm looking at the final table right now. I don't know. I think we're in for a really good show tonight.
It ought to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. There's some players on the stream that we all know and love that we've seen grind it up before here in some of the cash games, some of the tournaments. Some players that might be new to us. But without further ado, let's get down to the table and see what we got going on. Take a walk on the wild side. In seat 1, we got Spartacus.
Spartacus.
What a name!
Is that his actual?
That's officially official as far as we're concerned. So Spartacus is sitting on 540K. We will be starting out with the blinds at 10,000, 20,000 with a $3,000 ante. So Spartacus is got roughly 25 bigs there in seat 1. To his immediate left is Jay. Jay's coming in as the short stack here. Jay's only got 150K. So he'll be definitely looking in the first couple levels to find a spot, get it in, hopefully get it invest and let a hand hold. We'll see how things work out for him. To his problem is going to be, though, to his immediate left is Mr. Mike Postle. Mike, very accomplished tournament player, accomplished cash game player. We've seen him on the stream several times, smashing it up. Okay, so let me do this. So we had a 5-5, or it might have been the Veronica's 1-3. No, it was the Veronica Friends 1-3, which plays like a 5-10.
Yes.
Mike back raise 4-bet shove Jack 4 off.
So he's an animal. He likes to mix it up.
Mike's an animal. Mike's kind of a train wreck. We love him. We know him. Mike's got 536K. He's in seat 3.
Just to add on that for a second is sometimes, from my experiences, players can be wild in cash games. It doesn't really matter to them. But when you make a final table of a tournament, sometimes people play different than they do in cash games and tournaments.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna see.
They're very different
games. Is Mike going to bring that huge gambly style tonight or not?
I would expect Mike to be one of the more aggro players at the table. A player that might challenge him for being one of the more aggressive players at this final table is Garrett. Seat 4. Garrett is one of our floormen here at Stones. Plays quite a bit. Garrett's got 638K. And he's got a huge positional advantage on probably, as we alluded to earlier, what we would expect to be the most one of the more aggressive players in the room is Mike. To his left is Art. Art's got 200K. Art is for my tuition would be a tight aggressive player. I call the clock on Art. I never call the clock.
Oh, you called the clock on Art?
I called the clock on Art today.
Oh, what
It was
today you called the clock
today.
on
I probably
my
I
goodness.
owe Art an apology. I do, but it was like I was kind of like this is come on, like really. And Art was he was more familiar with the player. They had a dynamic that I did not, and so it kind of added like a whole other level that I was not on. Yeah, I never called the clock.
For those of you who don't know, that Jake played this tournament, and I was probably like I expected you to final table, and I was going to do commentary by myself, but unfortunately you're in the booth and not out
But I
there.
did not
so,
final table.
I mean, yeah.
Gotcha. We got cards in the air now. Carrie is in seat 6. She's got 782K. We got Wilson. Sorry, we'll get around to player introductions. Wilson has got 568K. Our chip leader, Mr. David Valdez. God, look at all those goddamn chips.
David
He's
has
at
1.3
million. We are playing for 19,000 and change upstairs, just shy of 20K. And then Mike M in seat 9, 314K.
Yeah, I'm excited. Cards are in the air. I've been playing cash games this afternoon and kind of watching the numbers dwindling and trying to pay attention to who's running deep. So this is our final 9. Winner takes home almost $20,000. Can we round it? It's 19.7K. So basically, the winner's going to go home with $20,000. And here we are. Spartacus picking up the Ace Queen offsuit. Are you going to lower my seat?
So blinds are at 10K to 8. Spartacus is going to open the button Ace Queen to 80K. It's a big open.
Was that so blinds are the big blind's 20,000. You raise 4x on the button.
Yeah.
That's a big race. That's a big race. He wins the pot and he wins the first pot of the final table. But that's going to be something we have to pay attention to. Just like how big does Spartacus choose to open, because that's a really big open. 4x is massive.
4x is huge, and he's going to adjust his open based on hand strength or not.
So in the future, if he opens a hand to min raise or 2.5x, maybe we can remember and say, oh, he went big with the Ace Queen. Maybe he has something like a 6-7 suited or something a little bit weaker. So we'll have to pay attention to see whether he goes consistently with that 4x open. Carrie is our female representative at the final table.
And we love it.
And we love her. Got the pink hoodie. I like cheering for Carrie, obviously.
For players that are new watching our tournament poker, the black chips are 1,000 chips. The yellow chips are 10,000. The lavender chips are 5,000. And the tiles or plaques you will see there are 25K. Spartacus waking up with another hand here. He's got the Ace King offsuit. Makes it 85K.
85K. He raises to 85,000. So again, that's the strategy. He raised 4x with the Ace Queen. He raises just over 4x with the Ace King, and he takes it down with the church here and scoops that. He's 2 for 2, and he shows. He gives the little flash. Oh, David, top of the chip leader there with 1.3 million. He is 1/4 of the chips in play right now. And you were talking, David is a regular from this scene, right? And he's gone on, Jake was telling me he's gone on a bit of a live poker tell recently. So you have to think he's got the momentum, he has the chips. He's probably the favorite to take this $20,000 down, right?
Absolutely. You got to consider that in play with, like you said, all the momentum, all the confidence in the world, and right now, most importantly, all the chips.
So you know these players. You're in the live poker scene. You played with probably, out of the 9 of them, how many do you think you played with?
I probably have significant experience with half the table.
Okay.
I would say definitely, David, we see here, our chip leader, Mike for sure, Art, a few of the others on a kind of a sporadic tournament basis. I try to be being primarily a cash game player these days. I keep trying to retire from tournaments, but they're just so goddamn addictive.
Tournaments are a drug, though. They
So
really
fun,
are.
right?
Yeah. They're so addicting. To try to turn like a small amount into a big amount, the rush, the final table. There's nothing like you can have massive cash game sessions, and I find there's nothing like the thrill of a final table of a tournament. There's just a different aura around it.
It really is. So, action folds here to Mike M. He's got deuces.
He started the hand with only 15 big blinds, so his open is, out of all the hands he's probably going to play here, this is one of the weaker hands I would imagine. But let's see if someone picks something up here. What's up, Twitch chat? I see you all. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for the welcome. I appreciate it. I'm very happy to be here.
So, we just saw, okay, so Mike opens to 44K, a little over 2x, and Spartacus cold fold 6s. Will's going to defend the small blind with a king 9 suited. Jack 7-4 rainbow.
Pre-flop raiser here, unless you flop a set with deuces, you're always having fourth pair. So it's kind of a tricky hand to go post-flop with. Let's see if he checks back or fires out the continuation bet.
What's your standard play here?
I don't think I would open this hand, but as played, I would definitely check this flop. I have so many other hands that are going to continuation bet. When you bet and get called, you're basically drawing to 2 outs. So this is one I check and play turns usually. I would check 2s here, 3s here, 5s here, 6s, 8s, 9s, and 10s would all be in my checking plans. But Mike is at the final table, and we are not.
So there's 135K in the pot. Mike's mulling it over, reaching for some chips.
And you gotta think that Will is done with the hand after he plays the king 9 here and basically comes up empty. But you were saying that Will actually works at this this facility.
Absolutely.
He knows the live stream. He works here. Maybe he's gonna make a play with king 9.
And on the other end of it, you got to imagine he's probably more familiar with the players that play here than the rest of the field might be. Overly familiar, having working the floor here every day. Seeing the situations that arise here. So he might have probably a better grasp or knowledge of players' tendencies than even some of the players that are playing in this final table would be or might be.
Gotcha. Immediately from that hand, I mean, the pot wasn't very big, but Will playing king 9 suited from the small blind. The guy is ready to gamble. Like,
yes.
That's a pretty wide hand to play from the small blind as general. So he's probably going to be willing to mix it up. He's somebody we should definitely watch.
So at this point, every player I believe is guaranteed about $1,900. It was a $500 buy-in. We ended up with just over $76,000 in total prize pool. There's 5 million chips in play. Every player is guaranteed $1,900. The pay jumps from there, 8th, go to just under $2,300. All the way up to first place being just under $20,000.
I mean, the pay jumps are there. Of course, pay jumps are important, but this is a top-heavy structure. It's almost $20,000 for the win, and third place is worth 7.6K. So, like, of course, from 9th to 8th, these pay jumps do matter, but there's a big difference between 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st.
So, if you were like in a position like David here, where you come in as an overwhelming chip leader, you have almost a quarter of the chips in play, and the pay jumps can be so significant, or the gap, the discrepancy between like 9th, 8th, 7th, and first place money is so huge. Do you just like hit the floor and like pedal it and like put a ton of pressure on players?
David should be thinking of one thing right now. Coming as the chip leader with 1.3 million, he should be thinking about the win. I mean, to an extent, they all should be. Like it's a very top-heavy structure here at the final table. So you see 9th is $1,900. The pay jump to 8th is only $300. Like, you're not making a ton of money by surviving.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, these players should all be thinking about accumulating chips. Ace-4 suited takes down. You can see David at the top. So David should be thinking about the win, and so should Carey and Spartacus. These people with big stacks. I mean, I would go for it, and I think most of them are going to.
So what do you think of Stone's Gambling Hall?
You guys have treated me very, very well. I mean, I've actually played a lot of poker here. I played like 4 hours of cash game last night. I played like 7 hours this afternoon. The games were good. The people are friendly. Justin, shout out to the tournament staff, everyone, the production team here. I didn't know that like the production team here is like really, really slick. You guys do a really good job. So I'm super blessed to be here, and thank you guys for bringing me in. And I've had a wonderful, wonderful time. I definitely recommend it.
And we ran pretty pure in the cash game.
Oh. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I had a massive session this afternoon. I was playing 2-5. We made it a 5-10 game, and I ran set, kings, aces, kings, set. Like, it was just stupid. It was
so pure.
I did very well. And you got to remember, I'm from Canada too, so the amount that I ended up winning is just like it's worth millions in Canadian dollars.
Action folds here to Garrett. G Will, if you will. He's got pocket sevens.
So blinds went up to 15,000, 30,000. He's playing like what, 19 big blinds, 18 big blinds?
Yeah.
A lot of these stacks are very, very short. I imagine we're going to get to 8-handed, 7-handed, 6-handed. I think people are going to bust relatively quickly. He raises to 3x with the pocket sevens. He takes it down. I mean, you know a lot of these people. These are people in your community. Jake, for those who don't know, plays pretty much full time. He's here all the time. These are your people. Are you biased in any way? Is there someone here you want to see take this down?
So it like, how do I put this? Like, I love everyone, but like I'm partial to cash games. It's kind of what I grind. So like some of these players that like play cash game poker, like I would love to see them like being, have a big win, because it's money that then is available.
Selfishly, you want a cash game player to take this down.
I do. I would love to see like David, Mike, Garrett, one of these guys, Wilson, hammers cash games. Out of town players, I mean, the money like comes and goes, and like it's, but honestly, I'm happy for anyone here.
What up, everyone in the Twitch chat? Hello, everyone saying hello. I appreciate you guys. Yes, they are playing for 20,000 American dollars for first. We are live, cards in the air. I'm going to just send out a tweet here on Instagram, make sure people know that we are live.
Jay seems to have found a spot here. He feels like +2. He stuffs it 120K with the ace deuce. He's got a suited ace. I mean, there's not much playability. I mean, the blinds just went up.
He has 4 big blinds. This is a pretty easy shove, and I'm really glad he took it.
David wakes
He's
up.
going to get looked up here.
He's going to get looked up here. King Jack from the big stack. David asks for a count. David's not folding.
It's a 4 big blind shove. David, I mean, he might think about it a little bit. I would be shocked if he folded. I would be absolutely shocked. He's not going to do it. Here we go, you guys. We have our first all in. I mean, what, ace deuce is a 59%, right? It's a slight favorite. I feel like the king jack here gets way too often. It gets there way too often online. Like, I feel like the king always comes out in this situation when I play online.
Jay for his tournament life.
Oh
wow. A7-7.
Not even a backdoor club draw. That pretty much locks it up. He's gonna have to find a Broadway to stay alive here. Queen 10, no, it's
That's
dead.
it, it's over.
GG.
Jay will survive. He'll get the double up through the chip leader.
Small hit to the chip leader, but I mean, he can afford it. 3 big blinds to pay it off. By the way, all the other short stacks, they're a little bit upset. I mean, selfishly, they want the bust out, right? They want that $300 ladder.
We all want to ladder up.
But we remain at 9.
Shout out to our regulars in the chat. Poker Pro Eric, Mike Mayhem 21, Master C. I had a last longer with Master C today. Offset my not winning the tournament. Thank you, and you're welcome. JB Darts 2, Chris Nunez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Stones Classic. This is the second event of the series. Tomorrow we have our classic deep stack. I believe it's a 40K guarantee, if I'm not mistaken. That'll be followed up by a 6 max. And everything leading up to the main event next weekend, the 100K, or 125K? 100K guarantee. I don't know. Should know these things. 125K guarantee. So yeah, everything leading up to next weekend's 125K 3-flight main event.
It's a really good series here. Unfortunately, I mean, if I was going to play a tournament, it was going to be this one, but I was booked for Final Table commentary with you, and like, I mean, I was going to Final Table if I did play it. I know that you went home in 26th or 27th?
26th.
26th, okay. You made a deep run. I think there was 169 people that entered.
Yeah.
Mine was $500. You know, we did reach the guarantee. There was a while there where we thought there might be some small amounts of overlay, but enough people did come down. It's a great event. I'm glad that the guarantee was covered. And, dude, I mean, again, Jake, I wish you were on there. That would have been a lot of fun to sweat you.
Right?
I should have bought a piece of your action. It would have been an ultra sweat. But
Art here, he's found a spot. He's going to stuff the ace-6 suited for 146K.
And I mean, we talked about gambling. Will opened 7-4 of clubs from early position, and now he's priced in.
And he's priced in. You have to call.
Art gets into the better ace, but he's only 55%. 7-4 suited has 4. He's going to win. This is a flip. So other players should know that Will opened 7-4 suited from early position. Here we go.
4 right in the window. 4-6 jack. Art hits a 6. There's 2 spades. Big flop for Art.
Rick on the turn. Will needs a 7 or a 4 of a non-spade.
Or a 5. 5! Oh God, Will backdoor. Oh, spade.
Spade.
Non-spade.
Spade. Don't scare me.
Jesus Christ. Will finds a straight. It's no good. It's a 5 of spades. And Art will get the double up through Will. Jesus.
I heard you say and a 5, and then I saw it hit, and then there was a spade. That was a. There we go. 2 shorter stacks got it in, and they both survived. So I mean, the other players, they should know that, hey, Will is here to play some cards. 7-4 suited is. It's suited. It's 3. It's wide. It's wide.
It's wide, but like if we're playing like 200-300 bigs deep, it's like whatever. You know, we can open up a lot of hands from a lot of places because you know the implied odds start to go like filthy through. When we're playing like this shallow, especially with like short stacks, but such shovable stacks behind us, it's just really kind of marginal, sketchy.
Yeah.
Optimistic to open the 7-4 suited like that early.
Yeah, I get optimistic, marginal. Those are words. It's just I wouldn't recommend it specifically. You know, like if there's a 4 big blind stack right behind you, they're gonna push very wide like they did with A6 suited. What are you hoping that everyone folds and you take down the pot? When you go post flop, there's not enough big blinds to really use your 7-4 suited effectively. So I would have just mucked it back at the dealer. But again, Will is here to gamble, and you got to respect that. It's people going for the win.
On the other end of it, like Will's a player when he picks up a big hand, like or
probably gets
Garrett,
paid.
yeah, he's gonna get paid off. Mickey here, waking up with 8s, makes it 65K to go. Mickey, really, we're going Mickey. It's Mike. Mikey P.
Pulls to the small blind here.
Now the other Mike M, Ace 9 off in the small blind. We're 332K deep with a 3K big blind. Or I'm sorry, a 30K big blind.
So he's sitting here with 11 big blinds, and I mean he's taking his time. He has a bit of a decision here. Mikey raised from early position.
Kind of a shove or fold spot over an early position open. I think I definitely prefer a fold there. He does.
And Spartacus folds the big blind. We don't get to see Spartacus's cards. I would love to see what he didn't defend with against the min raise there. I'm just curious. After seeing Spartacus play the Ace Queen and Ace King aggressive earlier, I wonder what he kind of likes defending the big blind. Some players do it very wide. Some players don't. There we go. Two short stacks stay alive, and we're still at 9-handed. I thought we might be at 8 or 7 at this point, but I mean, there's going to be more action here. People are very, very short. Spartacus. I mean, it's hard for me not to cheer with a guy whose name is Spartacus.
Right?
Is that his actual name?
It can be. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's Greg.
So Greg just wrote down Spartacus. That's amazing.
Everyone's got a nickname. I mean, people can go by the Unabomber or like whatever, or Jamie Staples. Like, I mean, like if you can just make up whatever name you want, like why not?
Have not heard from our female representative Carrie here, who's sitting with one of the bigger stacks. You can see her with 715,000. Dude, I love this. I love that we get a face-up cards coverage and people are playing for 20,000 for first.
Folds to Mike M on the button, Ace 9. Would expect him to open here. He's only got 11 bigs. Ace 9, 11 bigs. Are we just stuffing it here?
Yeah. All in. Give me the triangle for sure. Let's see if he opens or shoves though. There he goes.
There he is.
Atta kid Mike.
There we go. Gonna get it. Now Spartacus has got a suited ace in the small blind. How wide does he think Mike can be from the button? Suited ace at the small blind. He should be ahead of a lot of Mike's range.
He's heaving and hawing.
Now he's got one of the bigger stacks. Is this just like a ICM fold here with the ace 5 suited?
I like the fold by Spartacus. Really easy to shove hands like ace 5, ace 4 suited. Hard to call off because losing chips at the final table is kind of just devastating. But we can jack off in the big blind.
Look at him. You see him divided by 1, carry the 2.
Yeah.
Like, the number. He's crunching the numbers.
He doesn't look happy.
There's another one of the hands, like we love shoving over the top of someone. We hate calling off. We don't ever want to be calling off with the queen jack.
Absolutely. And Mike takes the pot down. Nice.
And
shove.
every player there like played the hand like right.
For sure. Yo, look at Jay's at the bottom with 8 big blinds. Third place has 20 big blinds. This is a shallow final table. Third place is sitting with 20 big blinds. That's pretty unique.
Yeah.
I mean, first and second have chips, but everyone from 9th to 4th right now, if someone doubles up, it's like...
It's devastating.
It's very, very shallow right now.
Every decision like really matters. You can't like get away with. I mean, there's no oopsies that will be tolerated here. We got Poker Pro Eric in the chat. Poker Pro Eric made the unofficial final table, if I'm not mistaken. I think he popped off in 10th. Ran ace king into aces in a button versus blind scenario. Action on Art here in seat 5. He's got the ace 10. Got 12 bigs. He's gonna put it in. David ace king. Oh baby. Happy birthday to you.
When a short stack shoves and you wake up with ace king, it just almost seems to glow.
And there's
off
the
table.
rejam.
There it is.
Okay, so with all the payout considerations, I mean, we're not gonna. I mean, it doesn't matter. The blinds wake up with hand. We have a shove out of +2, a rejam out of the chip leader. What's the best hand you can fold in the big blind?
I mean, you have to think, like ace queen, ace king. Like,
Ace queen, yeah,
ace
yeah.
queen.
You
Ace,
really
I see
gotta-
him as a fickle thing.
It is.
Chip leader wakes up with ace king. He's about to add to his chip lead. He needs to fade that 10. Oh, that pretty much locks it up right there. 8 or 9 to stay alive with the backdoor draw. Come on, sweat. 8 or 9.
10. There's
10.
live.
There you go. 2 outs. No, he can't do it, can he? He makes a very useless 2-pair on the river with the ace of hearts. And we do see our first elimination. He survived earlier with an all-in, but he can't survive the ace-10 versus the ace-king, and David continues to add to his chip lead.
Congratulations to Art, our 9th place finisher, outlasted 160 other competitors. He'll take home 1,900 for 9th here. And my apologies for calling the clock on him in another hand. Art's one of the best.
You were saying he's a dentist?
Yes.
Oh, the dude has loads of money then. we shouldn't feel very sad for his bust out. I know a few dentists, they do very well, I think. Dude, quick cheers, man. Thank you for having me
I
here.
would love to, but yeah.
I thought you had wine with you. All right, I'm going to cheers myself.
This is the Chris Moneymaker thing all over again. I'm here in the booth and like...
Shout out to Justin, the tournament director, and the whole staff. You guys have made me feel very wonderful here and welcome. And I can't recommend the Stones Gambling Hall enough to everybody. And hello to everyone on Twitch. There we go, our first elimination. So you can see everyone gets a pay jump. So it's pretty small, though. It's $300 US, and we're at the final 8. I want to see Carrie's game. She hasn't had a hand to play yet, but here we have Jack-9 suited under the gun.
700K.
Is Carrie going to raise this?
Cutting out some chips. Under the gun, we haven't seen her play a hand yet at the final table.
Pushes it. Raises to 80,000.
Under the gun at 80,000 from a player who hasn't really played a hand yet. I'd be hesitant to play a lot of hands versus her. I mean, she should be like so strong here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I give her credit. Carrie's going for the raise here, 8-handed with Jack 9 suited under the gun. This is a hand that some of the tighter players fold from early positions, so she's definitely willing to mix it up and gamble, and she goes for the raise. She runs into a bit of a hand here, though, in the small blind.
Mike? Looks like Mikey's going to make the call. Ace-Jack suited. Versus an under-the-gun open. A lot of players might 3-bet here. Mikey's going to elect just a call.
Domination Nation going to the flop. The Carrie does have position. She's the pre-flop betting lead.
5-7-8. That's interesting. Carrie's going to flop an inside straight draw, 2 overs.
Double gut shot here, I believe. 10 or 6.
10 or 6, yeah.
Yo, am I allowed? I know we're supposed to be non-biased. Am I allowed to endorse someone for a winner's pick? I am picking Carrie. I didn't know her game, but her raising Jack 9 suited in front of the gun, continuation baiting on a flop like this.
Right? So good, right?
I'm cheering for her. Yes, it's nice to see that aggression, and she takes it down. She's my early favorite.
I love it.
Again, I'm known to be a bandwagon. I can jump on different players' hype trains and very, very easily. But I like to see that Jack 9 play from Carrie.
2 sloths, welcome to the chat. Yes, we are on a 25-minute delay. We are live with here in the chat. Chinchilla's God, welcome, welcome, welcome. Win by TKO.
So average stack is 630,000, and as we mentioned a couple times, a lot of these players are very, very short, and this is going to be a spot where people are just going to have to play push fold a lot. Like when you get 14 big blinds and you look at a hand pre-flop, usually your decision is to go all in or fold. Like here with Wilson
King Jack suited.
King Jack suited.
He's going to open. Makes it 85K. Puts in roughly 20% of the stack.
Yeah.
Oh, check that. Makes it 65K. It's going to get through.
Nice hand. Queen 7 a hand, you can definitely defend to min raises, but the fact that Wilson is under the gun means she's probably going to defend.
And we're pretty short. I mean,
for sure, yeah. Spartacus takes a sip of his coffee on the table there. It's been a long day for these players. This tournament started at 10 a.m. There was late registration, but I imagine a lot of these players are coming up on just almost 13 hours now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's wild. Like in
real.
13 hours of live poker. People say it's poker, you're just playing cards. It takes a lot of mental energy to pay attention to every hand and really dial in. Hey, what up, 2 Sloths? What's up, Park Star? What up, everybody? Good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
So blinds here at 15,000, 30,000. The 4K ante. Average stack 633K. Just over 5 million chips in play. It is 19,000 at first. We have 8 players left. Every player at this point is guaranteed 2,300. Mike M's going to fold the Queen Jack off. Early position. Standard. Spartacus can wake up with King 10 suited. He makes 64K. Now Jay, 214K, Ace Jack. Cold folds the Ace Jack. We're not sending the Ace Jack. 7 bigs.
Cautious, very cautious. I mean, I think most players are saying, I have 7 big blinds, let's go. People are short, but maybe he just has a lot of respect for Spartacus's open. But as we can see, if Spartacus is raising king 10 suited, 7 bigs is usually an all-in with ace jack. But I mean, that's a snug fold. You try to
really snug.
Yeah, really snug.
A lot of players kind of like where they really want to be the first in the pot. They want to have that first and vigorous.
For sure.
Yeah, and they want to be give everyone all the fold equity and opportunity that they can. So maybe that was part of it that goes into Mike's Jay's decision making there to fold the ace jack. I mean, he was facing an early position to open. For a player like I can tell you has a reputation of being a fairly snug player, and we just saw him open king 10 suited out of these effective stacks. So maybe we, and when I say we, maybe myself, I need to kind of rethink how snug that player really is.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, I can't imagine a folding ace jack
not with 7 bigs.
7 big blinds. But to be fair, other people are short. Maybe if he folds a couple more hands, there's a ladder or two, and picks up a little bit of a better spot.
No, if we would have saw Spartacus open ace queen there and then see a cold fold ace jack,
you're right.
Are we saying
You're right.
oh my god,
You're
what a
right.
wizard?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god,
bow down.
Yeah, right.
Of course. So we're very results oriented here in the booth. And again, that's why we're sipping on this wine here. And these guys are playing for 20,000 for first, right?
Renee in Portugal, welcome. Fish can catch. Welcome to the chat. So we got a pot being played here. Queen 10-8 rainbow.
They both catch a pretty significant piece. Top pair for David, the chip leader, in position. Wilson has the open-ended straight draw.
Some blind versus blind violence here. David bets 45K. Top pair. Wilson
decides to call and we take a turn card. Oh,
disco. Wilson turns it straight. Then check it over to David. David's definitely going to check back here. Queen 5, a little too susceptible on that board. 8 comes off. David might think that might be a good card for him. Solve some of his kicker problems.
Imagine Wilson's going to bet for value here after David checks back the turn. The board does pair, but how likely is it for David to have a full house? And it's pretty unlikely. So he decides to nut some yellow chips. He's going to go for some value here. And David's in a really tough spot here with top pair blind on blind. As you can see, the immediate discomfort on his face and the wipe of his forehead. He has a really tough decision.
Any 9 makes a straight. Would our opponent ever be betting a 10 or a jack here? I'd like to think not. We did have top pair.
Oh, top pair is top pair. And look at the price. David only bet, excuse me, Wilson only bet 65,000. So David has to call 65,000 to win a pot of 300,000. Like, it's a very good price. Very tempting little value bet by our boy Wilson. Wow, good disciplined fold.
Hashtag Wilson.
Oh my goodness. I said carry was my pick to win. Am I allowed to flip-flop? That fold is really, really impressive.
Mr. David Valdez.
Just folding the top pair blind on blind for such a small bet. I like the play.
It's a weird spot because like once we check back turn, I mean, we're really just trying to get the showdown. And I mean, we're facing such a small bet.
Such a small.
It's like we kind of got what we wanted to some degree, but like then again, like what are the worst hands of our opponents like betting there? It's kind of
for sure. Yeah, that was a really impressive fold. Again, if that's a bluff and he folds top pair, we sit here
like, geez, ooh and
how that's
look at the price you're getting. You can't fold there
for sure.
So results oriented are we when we can see the cards?
We are 8-handed. You guys can see in the scroller It's almost 20,000 for first. Second thousand takes home 12,000. Third is 7.6. Fourth, 6K. So you can see these pay jumps between the sixth, the fourth, but the meat, the glory that they're playing for is definitely in the top 3 payouts right now.
Carry 7-3 suited. She thinks better of it. Jack 10 suited on the button. Yes.
So Wilson wins that hand blind up blind. He has a few more chips to work with now. He now has 20 big blinds.
I'm alive. Wilson's gonna open up the pot. So you mentioned 65,000.
Ooh.
David, King 10 suited. Now, depending on David's perception of Wilson, in a button versus blind scenario, King 10 should be doing fairly well here. Now, we just saw him fold top pair at a really good price, so maybe his perception of Wilson, you might give him a lot of credit here, might make him tread lightly here, but like with these stack sizes, do we really want to be playing his hand out of position?
He's coming in for the 3-bet, and I like it. This is what the big stack is supposed to do. He's supposed to put the medium and short stacks in tough positions here. So here's the 3-bet to 155,000.
I like it. Now we're Wilson here. So it costs him 90K to call. He's got 522K back. I don't know that we're deep enough here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And you have to remember there's some short stacks on the table. So if Wilson calls here, flops top pair, ends up getting it in and losing here, he could have a stack that was in 4th place and go home in 8th and miss out on the potential ladders. So it's a really, really tough spot.
Sometimes Jack 10 suited is just so goddamn
it's
pretty.
so beautiful.
Right?
How often you go, like Jack 10 suited is just so, he does come in for the call here. So we have a 3-bet pot. There's a lot of chips in the middle. Will Wilson be able to scoop this one, or is David going to add to his chip lead?
7-4-3, all hearts.
Both players want the dealer to put out a fresh 3 cards here. None of them,
Yeah.
Neither of them are even remotely
not the
interested.
flop we're in love with.
But here comes David putting those yellows together. And you have to think his aggression is going to be rewarded here.
David leads and takes down the pot. That's 95K.
A great example of what you're supposed to do with the chip lead at the final table. It's very beautiful. Like a lot of players just call out of the small blind and just take the passive route, but he sticks in the 3-bet. He bets on a flop where he doesn't even remotely connect. So well played by David. Those monotone boards are the heart, 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 the spade, 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 the club, club, club. It's a really interesting board to play with. But he has no fear and stacks the yellow chips. We got a dealer change here. You, as a full-time, this is basically your second home. You probably spend more time in this casino, in this poker room than at home for sure.
Yeah, it's a literal statement.
You know all these dealers by name and everyone.
Carl.
This is Carl. Carl dealt to me yesterday.
Achilles Poker. Welcome to the chat.
Achilles Poker is a really awesome, I was going to say up-and-coming streamer, but I mean, he puts on a fantastic show.
Right on.
Achilles Poker, yeah. Definitely hit him with the follow. He's a guy to look out for in the near future. What up, Achilles? I did not play this tournament, you guys. Jake played this tournament. He went deep. Unfortunately, could not get to the top 9 here. I thought I was going to be in the booth by myself, but I ended up playing some cash games this afternoon and we started with 1-3. C came open at 2-5. I was like, all right, let's go there. Uh-oh, the game's now 5-10. Yeah, we stuck around and we had a good time.
We talk about it on the stream all the time, like how big the games play here. The 1-3, you know, plays like more like 2-5. The 2-5 turns into a 5-10. It's good.
It was a good mixture. And people were fun and friendly too. It's not only like a big juicy game. Chips were splashing around, but people were just having a genuinely a really good time. Yeah. I mean, when you win money, it's hard not to have a good time, you know. But
so Garrett, G will, if you will, king queen off, +2, out of a 400k stack. Open to 90k. 3x open from Garrett.
oh,
David, the ace-10 on the button.
I bet you David is remembering the hand where Will raised from early position had 7-4 suited, and he's probably. I think David is a sharp enough player where he's going to remember that and said, "This kid had 7 high last time. I'm the chip leader. I have ace-10. I think I'm good." I would expect David to put some chips in here with a raise, based on that information that he got earlier.
And there it
goes. It's a great play.
David taking control of this table. He's got the chips. He's got the reads. We have 240k to go with the ace-10.
What do you think Will's going to do here with King Queen? Will's a gambling guy.
Will might stuff it.
Yep.
And there it goes.
Will's like,
Yes.
I've played for 12 hours. He's like, I got King Queen. Let's go for it. And here
now,
we go.
if you're David, you're priced in here. It's only, you made it 240k. It's only 160 more to call. We can't fold anything
Oh,
here.
no, you never fold it.
If-
The graphics say ace-10 is 73%. It's definitely not 73%. It's definitely...
So one thing to take into consideration is all the cards that were folded pre. So everyone else, yeah. So this is actual, like this is like real equity.
I like
it's totally,
that.
like, results oriented.
So
Like,
David's a huge favorite here. Oh, so it took out the kings and queens that were folded pre-flop.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, ace 10 king queen is not a normal like 70-30 spot that you would or you think that we're showing here. But we take all the folded cards into consideration when we're showing the percentages here. So that is your actual, in this case, in this specific hand, not ace 10 versus king queen.
Yeah.
In this specific hand versus all the cards that were folded, the actual equity in the hand.
David's taking a few seconds to think about, but the decision is made. There we go. Yeah, he shakes his head.
He hates it, but he loves
And
it.
he's actually gonna be thrilled that he's ahead with ace-10 here.
I was like, oh, okay. Sweat. No sweat.
Brick, brick, brick. Will needs a king or a queen.
Oh, but it's a diamond.
Diamond.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh! Finds the queen on the turn.
Look at David's face.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the guilt. You got in with the best of it. You can't be ashamed. You gotta love it.
Congratulations to Will on his final table and his deep run, but David just continues getting richer here. There's the handshakes, there's the GGs.
Congratulations to Garrett, G. Will, taking home 8th place money, just under $2,300, and that leaves us 7-handed here. And David has now accumulated over 40% of the chips in play.
So David was obviously shocked to get in with ace-10 and actually be ahead.
Right.
And then the queen comes on the turn, he finds the diamond. What a hand. And just like that, we are down to 7.
Live poker's rigged.
The other players, you can see them sit still, but secretly inside they are celebrating because they know that they've just got a ladder, and that always feels good. My goodness, I mean, the story so far is obviously David at the final table. Is anyone going to get a little bit of momentum or start picking up some hands where they can challenge him for the win? $20,000 for the win. David is the overwhelming favorite. Dude, this is so fun to watch people with face. I've done commentary with like cards down coverage, but I've never done commentary like this with face up tournament final table.
Right? Jimmy Bluffcake 69. What's going on? Rana, but what? Live poker's rigged.
That was a wild hand.
Hey-ya.
Welcome everyone coming in from Twitter and Snapchat. A couple people coming in. Hello everybody. If you guys are from my channel, please hit the follow button. Stones Live Poker. You guys broadcast all the time.
Mondays, Wednesdays, from 7 to 10 p.m. We stream 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 25, 1, 3. So the Veronica and Friends game is, I'm sure you've heard a lot about. It's a 1-3 that plays like a 5-10 on drugs. We stream some tournament poker.
We miss you, Kmart. Oh, what up, family? We miss your stream. Yeah, I've been away for a little bit. I was just in LA for a couple things, and I've been all over America. Back to Canada tomorrow morning, though. There you go, Jay with 5 big blinds, Mike with 10 big blinds. These guys are short. They're definitely gonna have to think. And even second and third. I mean, David has just had so many of the chips. It's gotta feel good finding that 9 of diamonds on the river.
So sick.
Yeah, I mean, he still would have had the most chips in play, but to win that pot there was, I mean, absolutely significant for sure. It's important, I mean, to run well deep in tournaments is just super key.
Carrie's having a good time.
Look at the wealth of chips around David right now. The stacks of yellow, the stacks of black.
The placards.
That's why.
Carrie here under the gun with the 8-6 suited. She raised Jack 9 suited in early position. Do you think she's going to be feisty enough to raise the suited connector? Nope.
No.
I respect that. I understand the Jack 9. The 8-6 is a little bit. So I like the fold.
Mike, King 9 out of the cutoff.
11 big blinds.
bigs.
Who says let's go?
Mikey's got Queen 10, but it'd be for most of his chips. Never calling there.
Nice shove by Mike, picking up a very important pot. When you shove with 11 big blinds and everyone folds and you pick up those precious 2.5 extra big blinds, it just feels like it's such an increase to your stack. Jay has 4 big blinds, you guys, 150,000 chips. Blinds go up in 9 minutes as well.
Two Sloths here has a question. What percentage of success at a final table do you attribute to luck, skill, and starting stack?
It's an interesting question.
Can we quantify? Is that easy to quantify? I mean, like, to break it down like that simply. I mean,
to some point, you might be able to quantify it, but it's obviously a combination of all three.
We all know. I mean, the overwhelming determining factor in like who went to a poker tournament. I think we're going on break here, actually.
Ooh, full screenshot of us.
So so here we are. So there's 7 players left. 19K up top.
Yeah.
Going back to Two Sloths question, we all know. I mean, to win any tournament, you have to run good, or most importantly, not run bad, which is the same thing. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to get lucky.
I mean, the overwhelming long-term determining factor is skill in poker, but in any one game, one hand, the short-term variance that we're experiencing, it's a lot of luck involved.
For sure.
You got to run good. So I don't know, like breaking it down like as far as percentages go, I'm really not sure how we can do that. You know, like luck, skill, starting stack.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to break it down exactly.
They all kind of like one feeds into the other. You know, hey, if you're running good, at least a bigger starting stack. You know, if you're playing good, at least a bigger starting stack. You know, and the opponent's prime percentage is running better. I don't know. It's really hard to break down. We're on break here. There's 7 minutes left on break. We'll be coming back. We'll be heading back into, if I'm not mistaken, 20K and 40K.
So is that 7 minutes till they're back in the cards in the air?
Yeah.
Is that nice. That was a really fun first start to the table. So we're sitting at 7 left. 2 people got eliminated. The story is whether or not David's going to be able to hold on for the win here. 20,000 American dollars for first. I mean,
at a $500 buy-in, it's great return on your investment.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Carey or one of the shorter stacks can get some momentum. Maybe pick up some hands here. We actually haven't seen a huge like any monsters yet. We haven't seen
no smash
jacks,
ups.
queens, kings, aces,
nothing like
or anything like that. But we've seen some good play from David with the big stack, and I expect after this break is over, he's going to continue that.
Yeah, got to keep it the aggression. Like I said, especially some of these players, like I said, the medium short stacks, I think probably will tend to play a little bit like. I mean, from my experience, you know, probably a little too snug, and we'll look to ladder up. And so if you're the big stack here, you can really kind of go like, you know, a little a little over aggro and exploit that.
For sure. They're racking up. Are they doing a color up? Getting all those blacks off the table?
I think we're coloring it black right now.
Nice.
We're gonna go on break here, guys. 6 minutes left. Don't leave us. We'll be right back, and we're gonna grind this thing out. 7 players left.
Nice. Quick bathroom break here, guys. We'll be right back, and I'm excited to see this final table continue.
Welcome everyone to another Stones Live Poker Hand of the Week. I'm Bart Hansen. We're going to take a look here at a 5-5 game with a $1 ante, a rare ante cash game, and we are going to see Kyle out of seat 1 raise it up with King Jack offsuit over a limp to $30, and that's going to kind of start a cascade effect, and we're going to see the flop 5 ways. And you can see here that Casey C out of seat 4, he's flop bottom set. Now, Matt C in seat 3, he has ace jack. It gets checked over to him. He decides not to bet. He checks, and Casey is not going to slow play it. He makes a small bet on this dry board of $50. There really isn't any draws out there with the exception of some straight draws like 4 or 5, which is double gutted. And Matt C is going to check call the $50. And we roll to the turn here. And the turn is actually one of the draw completing cards. It's a 6. It brings backdoor diamonds in. Matt C is going to check again, and obviously Casey C's not going to slow down. This time he bets kind of small. He bets $80 here, and Matt C takes some time with it, and again, he makes the call, and this pot has ballooned now to over $400. The river rolls off of 4 of diamonds, so backdoor diamonds come in, and there's a one-liner here to a straight, to a 5. But I love this bet here by Casey. There's really no reason to think that this guy has a 5. He could have 2 pair, or he could just have an ace. This is really the name of the game if you want to increase your win rate. In live no-limit cash games, you have to make thin value bets, and I'd be betting here with aces up as well. Matt C doesn't really beat anything here except a stone-cold bluff, but he decides to call anyways. Casey turns over his set, and it's a nicely played hand there for value from Casey. Check out Stones Live Poker every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time over at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker. Hey everybody, welcome to another Stones Live Poker Hand of the Week, and we're going to take a look here at a 5-10 game that is playing with a $20 straddle, and ZM here out of seat 7 is going to raise it up 3x to $60 with pocket queens, and he's going to get action in a few different spots. Harlan with King 10 offsuit, Nat with Ace 5 suited, and James is going to complete out of the straddle with Jack 10 offsuit. We're going to see the flop here 4 ways, and it just seems like always when you have queens, you see an ace or a king on the flop, and that's what happens here to ZM. King deuce 5 with a couple of diamonds. It's going to get checked over to Harlan, and he's going to bet 130 here as a field better into the pot with King 10, and Nat with Ace 5 of spades is going to call. Now, if you're going to call with a hand like this, you have to have a plan for the rest of the hand because he probably does not think that his hand is good right now with just a 5. The turn is the 8 of diamonds. Pocket queens actually folds on the flop. Harlan's going to check over to Nat, and that is going to give Nat the green light to fire here to represent front door diamonds as a bluff. Now, if he doesn't think that Harlan has ace-king pre-flop because of the action pre-flop, then he really could hit a 5 or an ace to be good or represent a diamond. That's about 13 or 14 outs, and this is a play that you can make sometimes in position. For Harlan, it's really tough for him to continue on even against an aggressive player like Nat because he doesn't beat a king with a better kicker, he doesn't beat diamonds, and Nat called him next to act on the flop with the pre-flop raiser behind him. That's a good bluff spot and well executed there by Nat. You can check out Stones Live Poker every Monday and Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Time over at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker.
All right, guys, we're back from the break here. 7 players left. I'm Jake Rosensteel here with the Tasmanian Canadian,
Kevin Martin. I've never been called the Canadian Tasmanian. Yeah, that's a good one though.
It's good. We love it. As you said, 7 players left. We're going now to blinds at 20K, 40K with a 5K ante.
I mean, we were talking about the short stacks and how they have to make a move. I mean, now it's even more so is that the 5 big blind stacks are now 3 big blind stacks, and there's a couple people that are very short, and I expect them to be going all in very, very quickly.
Yeah, not a lot of playability posts. We're mostly going to have to try to find hands pre to just send and hope to God it holds.
Here we go. Cards are back in the air.
And we see the stack of plaques here. You see actions on Mike, but we see David there coming back into play here. Each one of those plaques is worth 25K. It's got a mother ton of chips.
I love it. This is I was telling tournament director Justin the other day that this is the first live poker place that I've ever seen use plaques.
Right?
And I think it's really cool.
It's kind of cool, right?
The idea that you can play, with plaques is very, very neat. We have Mike here.
Ace 4.
We saw him shove King 9 offsuit earlier.
He's got less than 10 bigs.
He's definitely shown that he's willing to go all in, and I imagine this is a hand he would do it with.
Out of the hijack, I need this. Should be pretty standard, right? He's just going to open.
He's going to raise.
Interesting that he's not going to shove here. on some weird level, this might almost like look like stronger than it actually is. You know, like hey, he's got less than 10 bigs. Why is he just opening and not just jamming?
For sure, the min raise off of the absolutely, it looks super strong.
And now Carrie's gonna wake up here with the ace-6 out of the big blind, and that might be exactly what she's thinking here. She finds a fold with the ace-6 here.
She lets it go. So we've seen Carrie's big blind get raised a couple of times, and I mean, she hasn't had any monsters, but we just have to know she's probably like a little bit snugger in the big blind. She doesn't like that defending game. She probably likes to be the first one in the pot. Like ace-6 is a hand that it sucks. It doesn't have good playability. When you flop top pair, sometimes you're screwed. But overall, it's a hand people usually choose to defend with. Yes, we are back, guys. Just a short 10-minute break.
Shout out to Uber Zach watching the stream from Kentucky.
Yes, they did do a color at break. They took all those 100 chips off and put on the plaques now. Which the plaques are super, super cool. Here's Jay with, I mean, how many big blinds? 3.5, I believe he has here?
Yes.
That's it. He's all in with the ace-4 offsuit.
Mike's gonna wake up the ace-queen. Not much to think about here.
Yep.
He puts it in. He's gonna reshove for 400K. Sends his 10 bigs down the pipe. Awesome, Jocelyn. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
The hand plays itself. Mike's got a push. He's got 3 big blinds with an ace. Mike obviously is just super happy to have ace-queen here.
And now Carrie has yet to fold here in the small blind. We can't see what she has. She's not placing her cards over the reader. That little quadrant diamond you see on her left side is where we have the RFID antenna to pick up the signal from what the cards are. We can't see what Carrie's holding right now, but she's facing a shove and a reshove and is not yet folded.
I mean, from what we've seen, people on this final table, sometimes people like the TV time, but these guys are, we haven't seen.
Now we see, okay,
there.
she got 9s. Now we see why she's got a thought process here. Shove and reshove, and you wake up with 9s out of the small blind. I think this is probably a fold for ICM considerations.
Really? I was gonna say the opposite, but okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Shove and reshove.
Yeah, I guess so. Mike has.
I mean, how big is the
Mike
page
has
jump?
10, Mike only has 10 big blinds. Like it was like, it's only a 10.
Oh, okay, and she's got 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's, you know, when you see it all in for 3 big blinds with ace-4, Mikey goes all in with ace-queen. You're right. A lot of times she could be dominated. Mikey could have 10s, jacks, queens. What do you think she's going to do here with 9s? This is very. It's right
20,
on the line.
With 20 bigs, I think we have to call here. I didn't see I saw like the 385 call. I think that was Carrie's stack. She'd be calling off for her tournament life here.
Yes, good point. If she was to call off for her tournament life, it changes everything.
It changes everything.
But she can lose and still be alive, which definitely.
In which case, I think it makes
But 9s is still that kind of like if she has jacks, easy decision. 10s, I could never imagine pulling 10s here. And she's going into the thinking tank here. This
Deep
is a
into
really
the well.
tough decision. I see merits to both, to be honest. What do you guys in the chat? What do you think you would do here with 9s? Would you call or fold?
JBK Hand says it's a call. Now, how much? Like everyone's just saying call. Poker Pro Eric can see the hands and still says easy fold.
A couple people saying easy fold.
Brock says fold. It's about half her stack, but with the potential to knock out 2 players and gain a ton of chips in the process.
There
She lays it down.
I respect it. It's a tough one though. I don't know if I could have done it. And Wilson snap folded 8s.
Wow, snap folds.
He snap folded 8s. So here we go.
If it's for your tournament life, I think I'd fold 9s there, facing an all-in and a reshove. I think if it's for my tournament life, I'm going, hey, let's let a player get knocked out and ladder up. If I have both players covered for a 10 bigs, I'm not folding 9s.
And Carrie, you could see she was just disgusted that she would have had the best pair. But here we go, ace-4 versus ace-queen. Needs a 4 or something to stay alive, or we're down to 6-handed.
Inside straight shot for Jay. He now needs a 4 or a deuce.
Gutter City. That's not going to do
10
it.
ball, no hell.
That's a brick on the river. That wasn't even close.
And then with that, Jay is going to be our 7th place finisher.
Good game to Jay.
Take home just over $3K for his efforts here today.
I mean, it's tough to be a poker player. It's tough to go back on previous decisions, but if we rewind the stream a little bit, he did have 7 big blinds with ace-jack offsuit and an opportunity to go all in, and I imagine he's going to go home and wonder what if he went all in with ace-jack.
Right.
But that what if, what could have happened, you could play that forever as a poker player. So good game, good final table. Tough finish there. Just like that, we're at 6. $4,000 locked up. It's not a bad day at the Stones Gambling Hall.
Not at all.
For the Canadians in the chat, I know there's a couple of Canadians that watch my stream. That's over 5,000 Canadian. So just to do the.
So what is the exchange rate there?
It's embarrassing how weak the Canadian dollar is right now. It's like 1 point. It's like if I gave you $100 bill American, you would have to give me $130 Canadian, 135. It's going up between it's like 1.3 about.
So folds to Mikey here in the cutoff. He wakes up 6-7 suited, makes it 90K to go.
And when you open with 6-7 suited and everyone folds, you take the pots, you take those precious blacks back. I mean, you're really happy with that result. Blinds did go up on break. We're at 20,000 small blind, 40,000 big blind. Starting stack in this tournament was
30K.
30K.
It's a monster stack. It's a deep stack.
Our friend Jake did play. He went super deep. We thought we were going to get him at the final table. What was the most chips you had at one point?
I think at a 4K big blind, I had 140K.
Okay, that's a decent stack.
Yeah.
As you can see,
And then poker happened.
And then poker happens. And then we're sitting here in the commentary booth, drinking wine. Again, the story is kind of continuing here of there's the short stacks, and then there is our boy David here, who is a lot of chips. Every other player is less than 20 big blinds besides our chip leader, David. Oh, all in and a call.
David stuffs it out of the small, and I actually think it's the right play. Absolutely, you force the big blind and wake up with a hand. Mike wakes up with the ace-6 here. He's going to correctly get it in.
And we have another flip situation basically here. This is to get to 5-handed. We might be losing a couple people quickly, but will a short stack finally be able to double up through the chip leader David here? I know A6 again. I said that A6 is like the mathematical favorite, but when I'm playing on PokerStars, like I don't think King Queen ever loses or Queen Jack. Like that Broadway card always comes out. Okay.
That's a big flop for David there. He flops open-ended. Still 2 live cards. There it is.
That's gonna do it.
Game over. David turns a straight, and that's all she wrote. And the rich get richer, and just like that, we lose another player, and now we are 5-handed.
Wow, bang, bang, bang. Everyone is guaranteed now over $5,000. Congratulations to all the players, and it's nice to run well like David is.
It's pretty standard though. I mean, if folds a small blind, you wake up Queen Jack.
For sure.
The big one's at 10 bigs. We just send it and just like, hey, wake up with a hand or else.
You don't even need to have as good of a Queen Jack. You could have like a 9-7 offsuit.
A lot of hands,
you know,
yeah.
like just like as the chip leader for sure.
You bury it.
So as we saw that graphic, David now has over half the chips in play. Out of the entire tournament that started, everyone got. He has over half of the chips that were handed out.
It's unreal. I'm gonna have to hear about this in a home game. I guarantee you.
So you play home games with David all the time. This guy's on a massive heater. You were saying he's won.
He's like, dude, he's been crushing it lately. Absolutely crushing it. Had a couple big cashes and some local events, back to back, and here he goes again, just eating the fish alive.
So we have Wilson here with ace-9 offsuit.
got 11 bigs. He's going to open to 100K.
And
It's going to put in a quarter of the stack, just about.
Yeah, it takes down the pot. I mean, I think it's effective as a shove. He was just raising to a size where he was planning to go with it.
Yeah.
There you go. Second place right now, 19 big blinds. It's David and everyone else right now. But the thing is, like, you double up one of those shorter stacks, they pick up a few more pots, you know, and the momentum can change it.
Yeah, when you, I mean, when no one's playing, I mean, even like really, really, really deep at all. It's just a few hands to go, you know, in one person's direction to completely shift all the momentum. To carry here under the gun, Jack 3. Can't do nothing with that.
People are saying this is a very lopsided final table. I think the story is still going to be told here. I really think someone's going to rally here and give David a run for his money.
The player I would expect at some point, Spartacus here, we're going to have 10s in the small blind. 10 bigs. He elects to raise and not shove.
Oh. All in and call. It's
All in
all
and call. Mike's got ace king. Oh, huge. Wow.
Blind on blind.
So sick. Blind versus blind violence. Spartacus and Mikey here. 10s versus ace king.
It's a good flop for the two 10s. Mikey's going to have to go upstairs.
It's not there in 10's hole. Wow. God, 5-handed. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, a 10 big effective.
For sure. Mikey, I think, has played really well with his stack size. I've agreed with all of his decisions. I feel like he just really wanted that one. I think he really wanted to challenge David, and I mean, he just couldn't come through with a flip there.
I was gonna say, like, if there's one player I would really expect to like really maybe like challenge David here, if he could ever get some chips, it would be Mikey.
For sure, but Spartacus
now a lot of chips, and almost more importantly, he's got position on David.
Yep, absolutely. Is Carrie watching the stream? She has her cell phone out.
Yeah.
She's getting some inside information. We are in a 30-minute delay, so I mean, if I was at this final table, I would have a buddy or someone else actually watching the stream for 30 minutes ago, and I would have them telling me what hands are being played from what position and getting me information. You see that happen at big tournaments like the World Series of Poker main event and all that stuff. But I mean, this is $20,000 American for first. This is a lot of money they're playing for. If I made the final table, I would definitely enroll someone to help me. And I wonder if these final five, do you think they have people giving them information?
They absolutely should.
Yes, for sure they should. But
Carrie is not being shy about it whatsoever. Watching the stream, learning what you can from other hands being played 30 minutes ago.
observing what people are raising from certain positions and their demeanors. Very important.
Sizing, yeah, tendencies. I find especially in live poker, a player sizing is people. I think people have huge sizing.
Gives so much information.
So much information away. And if you're paying attention, especially and if you have something like this, a tool like this, where you can go back and watch and learn from it. If you're playing on some of the cash games that we stream here, or in case of a tournament where you can go back and see the hands that were played 30 minutes ago, and adapt your game all on the fly, it's a huge advantage if you're willing to put in the work. You know.
Absolutely, for sure. No, I mean, absolutely. We see a headset change here from Carl. He gets a brand new headset. I love Carl the dealer. No, like what you said is for sure, absolutely. Like, there's more information. When you're playing online, you see the numbers, you see the plays, but when you can see people and see how they interact, there's just so much information when it comes to live poker. Final 5, baby. Will someone be able to challenge David here? We really haven't seen it, but maybe Spartacus off that double up with the pocket 10s. Maybe he can mount something.
Carrie here, first to act.
Oh, I think Carrie's in the big blind.
Oh, she's. What happened there? Okay, so it folds around to Mikey. Mikey jams small. Ace Jack. Carrie wakes up King Queen in the big. More blind on blind violence.
There it is. Another pivot of all in.
Mikey just lost that big flip. Now has the Ace Jack. He's gonna get it in.
He is ahead, not dominating, but he is ahead by a significant margin here.
Pretty pure for Mikey. Oh,
and you can see the visual disgust from Mikey. Oh! Oh my goodness!
oh Jesus!
Yo, I mean, the berry on the river. Mikey went from just upset to getthere.com.
Oh,
Yo,
wow.
we've had some sick runouts with these all in. Mikey was just so upset, but he finds the 3-outer to stay alive. Carrie takes it like a champion, and she's just like another day in the office.
Yeah, she's gonna go slash his tires later. I'm pretty sure. Like,
Oh my
like,
goodness!
oh god!
Whoa.
No, Carrie's taking it like a pro. Mikey. Sometimes you gotta find those hands.
Oh my goodness. Because Mikey lost that huge flip, and he's just like, how bad can I run? And he finds the ace of hearts on the river. And just like that, he's back into third place with 14 big blinds. Yo, David with 2.6 million. Stop it, David.
Jesus.
Gee. No, he's biding his time. Wow. Oh, we yelled it pretty audibly there. All the cash game players
They're
are
like
looking at
looking at
us.
It's a pretty busy night here. What do we got? Like, looks like we got what? 11, 12 cash games going right now. Everything from 1-2, $200 cap game, 1-3 table stakes, all the way up to 2-5, 5-10 PLO playing as well.
Yeah, again, shout out to the Stones Gambling Hall. You guys have really not only taken care of me, but the games have been really, really fun.
Carrie now is going to jam these queen out of the small blind. Whee! So our short stack here, Wilson, he's got 11 bigs. Not much playability. Pretty much got to find a hand pre. Just got to send it. The hard part for him is he's directly behind the two bigger stacks, or I'm sorry, directly in front of the two bigger stacks, and David and Spartacus.
Gotta give credit to these players. These guys are playing very, very quickly. It is a one-day tournament. For a 40-minute blinds, which is a great structure for a one-day tournament, but they are keeping the pace of play pretty fast. So
Yeah, it's going
we're
quick.
seeing a lot of hands. We're seeing a lot of different spots. All in for Mikey, ace 7 of hearts.
Mike's not going to waste any time.
David peels the 10-4 offsuit and says,
At less than 15 bigs.
cool. I'm still settling down from that ace on the river there.
Right? It was all over.
Just like that, Mikey has a shot at the tournament. People in chat are saying that Wilson actually took down a recent tournament here. So he's on a little bit of a heater. Wilson won a tournament just recently. David apparently has had some live poker success. Wilson going for back-to-back results here. I wish it would, my goodness, I've had so much fun. I mean, I think we're going to see the heads up, the three-handed, the four-handed. This is going to get super spicy.
Folds of Wilson's button, King 3. It's gonna open up the button. looks at 120K. 110, 110K. David folds King 9.
King 3 off on the button, super spicy from Wilson.
Widio 6 was a $500 buy-in for a 30K starting stack. The first 6 levels were 30 minutes long, and then after the registration closed, went to 40-minute levels. We're down to the final 5 players here, all playing for 19K, just under 20K for first. And right now, everyone's chasing David Valdez, who has roughly half the chips in play, 5-handed. Spartacus lays down the Jack-9 suited. It's one of those hands you probably do a lot of bad things with a lot of good people to just see a flop. You know, like Jack-9 suited, like I would hurt some people to see a flop with Jack-9 suited.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. But the raise from the button was very, very big. It was 110,000. He only has 20 big blinds to work with.
We don't got a lot of playability.
It is Jack-9 suited though.
It's like, right?
You would have to do some naughty things to me not to play that from the big blind.
If we're not defending the Jack-9, I mean, it was a big open.
Yeah, it was a big open. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're not defending the Jack-9, what are we going to defend? I just don't know.
Yo, welcome everyone. I hope you guys are having a good time. If you're from my stream, if you came from my Twitter, my Snapchat, please hit the follow button. Stones Live Poker, great facility, putting out great content here, live poker content. Give them some love. I'll be hopefully bonding with you guys some hosts in the future and some stuff. And I just had an overall wonderful weekend here. So thank you so much for tuning in.
It's a lot of fun. Folds of David's button. 6-4 suited. Big stack aggression.
Takes it down. Very well played.
Easy game.
Mikey just folds the 10-5 suited.
I'd like to see David get a little bit aggro here and just start liberally opening. You have 52% of the chips in play. You have half the chips in play. No one wants to be the next person to bust. Everyone wants to ladder because, as you alluded to, all the money's in those top 3 spots. Everyone's just trying to fight for first. I mean, the pay jump now from 5th to 4th. You're dealing with a $700 pay jump, and then it's a $1,600 jump in the next spot. No one wants to be the next person to bust out. I mean, it's...
When we started the show, we looked at 9th, 8th, 7th, and we said, oh, is there a massive difference between those?
Not really.
But now that we're 5th, 4th, 3rd, there is a pretty big difference. So, like we just saw, David raised 6-4 suited on the button. I mean, that's absolutely the correct play. If he looks down at, I mean, maybe he could fold a 7-2, a 10-5 offsuit, but really he should not be folding many cards on the button with his stack size, with the position, with the pressure that he can apply. Again, David's playing phenomenal from what I've seen here.
Players are going to be defending the big, defending the blinds incorrectly, playing too snug. We should be like liberally opening a lot of shitty cards.
Oh, for sure. Blind on blind here.
Mike's going to open the Queen Deuce. He thinks that Carrie might have a little too many folds in her ear.
It's 210,000. Carrie has a suited king, suited king though. Definitely a hand that she has been snug from the blinds. We've seen that a little bit, but this is a hand she's probably gonna get involved with. Carrie, from her demeanor, maybe this is maybe a little too meta, but from her demeanor, she takes her time and she really thinks about her decision, and she lets it go.
And I think this is why we see from Mikey his perception that he's thinking that, hey, she's playing a little too snug from the big blind, at least from his perspective, and he can open hands like Queen Deuce out of the small and get away with it.
Yeah, if your opponent isn't playing King 5 suited from the big blind, she or he is just going to have way too many folds here and win those chips automatically. So his cards, Queen Deuce, there aren't very good, but in the long run, they don't really matter if she's
exactly.
Well said.
Playing the fact that your opponent's folding too many hands in the big. I am big, dude, though I can't even say that correctly. Just ate 14 double cheeseburgers. It happens, I guess. Carrie now regretting folding the 9-9. We're being a little results oriented, I think, but
For sure. Mikey on the button with his suited queen. Decides to let it go.
Carrie's probably going to complete the small blind here. And depending on how strong Wilson wakes up, wow, she just folds and gives up to Wilson.
It's always nice to get a walk at the final table for sure, five-handed. 11 big blinds for Carrie. She's the shortest stack. Wilson, Mikey, not much better. Spartacus has 19 big blinds, and then as you look at our boy David, he just has a stack of blacks, stack of yellows. He has over half of the chips in play. It's his thing to lose at the. But poker's poker, though.
Poker happens.
But I mean, if David goes home tonight and doesn't have the trophy, and he can't, fall asleep with the trophy beside his head, he's got to imagine
Everything else is disappointing.
what went wrong.
Yeah,
for sure,
right.
of course. At this point, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when this tournament started, if you asked me, like, hey, I would just like to come up with second place money, you'd be like, oh yeah, I would love second place money, right? But when you're right there and you have the chip lead, everything else but first is like pleasantly disappointing.
Absolutely.
And it's just
it's
at least such a bitter
devastating.
taste in your mouth. And poker's one of those weird things where like you can play the wheels off and do really well, and you're still at the end of it, especially in specifically tournament poker, you still have this feeling that you lost. Even though you won, you won and you made money.
Again, these guys started. I'm not sure whether all these players started the first level or they late registered, but most of these guys have been playing for well over, oh my goodness, 14 hours. If they started at the start, they're coming up on hour 14 right now. Fatigue has to be settling in a little bit. Just passing midnight here in beautiful Sacramento. Yeah, 14 hours. That's right. And David walks the big blind, or David folds the small blind.
I don't know. I'm opening so much there.
Yeah.
Especially and it's a weird thing. David doesn't want to get mixed up in a big pot with the other big stack. But at the same time, you got to know that the other big stack doesn't want to get mixed up with you. It's chip lead. So you can open. You probably get even more folds from the second place stack than you would out of some of the shorter, smaller, medium, or short stacks there, because that guy has even more to lose.
Yeah.
You really, if you're in second place, you really don't want to screw up there and punt off when they're short stacks.
Well said. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
And so David can really just be, liberally opening so much crap.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to use the word mistake, the M word, but it folded to David in the small blind, and he folded Queen 3 offsuit, and I don't if the dealer accidentally gives him 2 Uno cards, I can't recommend that he folds. He should be playing 100% from the small blind, given the stack sizes, given the pressure he could play. It's not like he had 10-5 offsuits, or he had Queen 3, which is kind of a garbage hand, but not in the situation.
Like I said, you at that point, it's about the stack sizes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you give crap with your cards, you're just like, hey, look, this guy does not want to smash up with me. And I think it's an easy open fold to any kind of pressure kickback spot, just because he should be probably gonna be over folding there because of the short stacks.
Gotta give a shout out to my boy Jamie Staples in the chat. Say hello to Mr. Staples.
Jamie's been
crushing lately. I don't know if you can ever tune into Jamie's stream, but he lives in Europe now, Vienna. He's been streaming.
He went to Europe.
Yeah, he went to Europe. Yeah, we lived together for 2 years, and he decided to go over there, and I stayed here in Canada. He's been crushing. Younger brother Matt, what up, Stream House baby? What up, Tolu? Kevin is drunk? No. We're just having a few sips of wine. Definitely not drunk.
No.
I know I'm a lightweight, but
no. Oh my God, they're playing live music, right? They're playing Pony. So good.
David here with Pocket Fours.
It's 9 a.m. for Mr. Jamie Staples.
Welcome everyone. I see some new people in the chat. How you guys doing? This tournament has been going on 14 hours. Again, some of these players might have registered, but we are into the end stretch here. 169 players started. Final 5. This is the fun part of the tournament. This is where all the cheddar is going to be handed out.
Spartacus folds the King 10. And that's what we talked about. Okay, so like, where David can be opening a lot of hands there, we're getting folds, you know, from King 10. I mean, like, it goes to show, like, the big stacks, they really don't want to, like, butt up against each other there, you know?
Absolutely,
like,
of course. David takes the pot down. That's a perfect example why he should play the Queen 3 offsuit from the small blind. It's because the Spartacus is handcuffed. He can't do anything to fight the aggression. Jamie asks, Jake, this is probably a question for you. When is the next event at the Stones Poker? September/December? He says he has heard great things. Jamie, I heard great things as well, and after being here in the flesh, I've had a fantastic weekend here, dude. I gotta recommend it.
I imagine we'll do some sort of another, like, Stones Classic sometime around then. Probably a series not too dissimilar to this. Another big Monster Stack main event. I think the last one we ran paid just over $40K to first. For the main at a 425 buy-in. Pretty good price.
Excellent. Yeah, for sure. It's huge. And not just tournaments here, but you got cash games 1-2, cap fine if you're just a starting player. You want to play something a little on the smaller side. 1-3, the game plays pretty big. I was playing a lot of 1-3 earlier, and there was some big juicy pots all the way up to 5-10. We were playing 5-10 straddle 20. We were really going for it.
We got JFK Stones TD in the chat. Our tournament director said that there's a huge event coming in May. Maybe return to our high roller event. We ran once here before.
Ooh, what's the high roller event?
I believe it was like an $1,100 buy-in.
Nice.
100K or 200K guarantee, something like that. It was big.
Carrying the small blind, 10-9 offsuit. She's sitting with, I believe, 9.5 big blinds, 10 big blinds. She goes for the limp.
In May we're gonna have a $200 buy-in, 100K guarantee. Low price point
guarantee?
Yeah, for $200 buy-in. I might fire 17 bullets. I don't know.
That's super juicy. $200 buy-in, 100K guaranteed. That's ridiculous for a live tournament. That's excellent.
Yeah, for live.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Carrie's completes a small blind with a 9-10. Wilson, the King Jack, pops it.
I believe he just shoved. He put all of his plaques in the middle, just left the gray chips behind. Carrie, maybe posturing here a little bit, but she's upset. She feels like she's being pushed around a little bit, but she has to yield, which is absolutely correct. Wilson picks up a very nice pot there, blind on blind. We got a chip count update. What do you think when you look at these final 5 players remaining here, Jake?
Someone's at some point has to step up and challenge David. Someone's gonna get like, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna let you run me over. You should be opening too many hands. Therefore, I'm gonna play back at you because you should be pretty light here in every spot.
For sure,
But if you wake up with a real hand, good luck, good for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you get punished and you're out in 5th, you miss out on some juicy ladders here. So it's
Poker happens.
For sure, absolutely. It's that beautiful. It's a balance between like I want to go for the win, but I actually want to make the ladders as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes final tables are a runaway. The guy won't lose a pot. He might go on for the win, but usually someone gets involved, and we're gonna have a late game charge here, I think.
Mikey here. Ace 4.
Mikey's a guy here with the white hat. He looks calm, collected. I like his decisions. He's a guy who might make a charge here, I think.
Open up the pot.
Carrie, she has the demeanor of maybe a little bit of frustration. She feels like she's getting pushed around, but she folds the queen eight. She remains disciplined.
David, king, queen. Mike's only got 12 bigs back. He only started the hand with like 15 to start, 15 or so bigs.
Well, David, there's two options. Fold is not an option. He's either defending or he's shoving. He goes for the defend. And we're going to see a couple cards from the dealer here.
Not the worst flop for David. He's got 2 overs in the gut shot. Jack 9-7 rainbow.
Is this a board that Mikey's going to fire? He's going to say, I'm going to rep this board with me, or is he going to check back?
David checks. Mikey bet 60K.
Man, if David can find a shove here, I might go physically high-five him on the table.
Right?
I know that would be definitely biased. I would be really impressed with a check raise here. Goes for the check call, it looks like, though. And at this point, Mikey just got check called by the chip leader. He's thinking, I'm screwed, but he actually still has the best hand with ace high.
It should go check, check. It does. 4 comes off. Mikey locks it up.
He finds a 4, but is the chip leader going to go for the bluff here? He's got to think I have king high. I shouldn't have much showdown value. Let's turn it into a bluff.
And after Mikey checks back the turn,
He's got to go for it, and he is.
yes, Mikey rivers the 4.
Go on, young man. Go, David.
Oh, and David moved in. Mikey's got to call off here. Or concede the pot.
Yo, if David has 5th pair, there's just no way he can call off his tournament life.
I know, okay.
But it would be the sickest call of all time.
Knowing Mikey.
No way can he make this call. I mean,
Mikey, no, Mike can call here. I know Mike. Mike can call. He would not expect David to do this with a jack. The only thing, if Mike folds, he's folding because he's trying to. He might want a ladder. Thinks he can. Hey, I can find a better spot. Maybe.
he's thinking about it.
I don't think Mike. The line doesn't make a lot of
insane.
sense. The line doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh my goodness, this would be a dirty hero call. He's actually probably considering it. This is for final table to put your life on the line with 5th pair.
What?
David, the chip leader, has king high, and he's thinking about it.
If David had a hand like Jack 10, would he stuff river here? After Mikey checked back the turn.
Yeah, he probably would.
You think he would?
I don't know, dude.
I don't. I think Mikey has a sneaking. I think Mikey is pretty sure he's good. He's just like, what in the off chance that my opponent's like turning like pocket 5s or like a hand like like 7, 8 into a bluff here, and I know he's bluffing. This is no Hollywood by Mike. Mike is legitimately considering calling off for his entire tournament life here with just a pair of 4s, and I don't think, knowing Mikey, knowing David.
Yo, this is just so dirty if he calls. Like, this is just the sickest. Like, to make a hero call on a cash game is one thing where you can just rebuy.
Yeah.
Oh, he lets it go. Yeah, I was about to lose my mind.
Oh God.
I might have had to take an early flight back to Canada if you want to call there. I mean, great play by David.
Oh, you see David smile at the
David
camera.
smiles, yeah.
He knows he got away with it.
I mean, I was really impressed by both players there. For David to turn the hand into a bluff and shove the river, and then Mikey to even think about it for that long was somewhat impressive to me.
special guest commentator.
Oh, come in here.
Jump in here with us.
I'll say hi for like.
Yes, come say hi.
No.
No, we
Get
just
out of the way.
we're watching some. That was incredible.
What is going on, everybody?
Look, your name is now Kevin Martin.
I'm now Kevin Martin. Here, come here. I'm gonna be the cream in this sandwich. I don't even know how I got in here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Kevin Martin.
Oh, there we go.
Veronica Brill.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Stones Live Poker. With me is the Jake and Kevin Martin.
How you doing?
So how's the game going? I'm fine, thanks.
David's running over the table.
David's played really well, and I mean he has so many of the chips. I think he's like 60% of the chips in play or something.
Lion Lock says the Polak. They
That's
recognize Polish greatness when they see it.
How did I end up at the booth with two goddamn Canadians at once?
Yeah.
Go Canada.
Your lucky day.
Everyone's so polite. It's like pardon.
Excuse us.
Sorry, excuse us.
Sorry.
Didn't mean to. Oh, I didn't mean to check rates there, eh? Like, yeah.
We've seen Olin from
The
Kerry.
dynamic of the game is gone now. We're just down to like Canadian jokes.
It is. It really is.
Veronica, how was the movie? You were out.
Good times. Good times had by all.
Nice.
Crushing life.
Looks like the plaques are out in play. Always exciting.
Lots of
No,
fun.
why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden? Too much wine.
We get
Yeah.
very nervous.
We're hitting it a little bit. We've actually watched some really solid poker here. We just watched a crazy hand before you come in. Mike Almost Hero called David with fifth pair, but yeah, we've seen some really good dynamics. We've had a very enjoyable time here.
I've actually, when I walked in, I have actually some foresight into what's coming. And I'm
Spoiler free. So,
I'm
no
trying
spoiler free.
really hard not
No
to say
spoilers.
anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely do not want to spoiler at all. First place, $19,773. Veronica, you did not play this tournament.
I didn't.
Jake played this tournament. I'm sorry I keep bringing that up.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good, bro.
I
It's
keep
good.
doing you.
No,
No, yeah, well, you busted like right before the money, which is almost as good as first to bust. It's the same thing, right?
For sure, absolutely.
my friends, ladies and gentlemen,
Canadians!
they're so polite. Like, oh, yeah, you kind of suck now, don't you?
It looks like we have a little bit of a
Small blind.
Spartacus? Is his
Yeah.
name Spartacus?
Here's Spartacus.
We are Spartan.
There's a theory that he's actually named Greg, but
Yeah.
we're going with Spartacus. Nice shove in the small blind by Spartacus. All these guys are super short, so it's like 11 big blinds, 12 big blinds. Everyone is super short. There we go. We got the
Standard.
graphic. Even shorter than we thought. 5, 7,
Standard.
10, 13. And then Dave with all the chips in play.
2.9 million.
It is his
Almost
to
60%
lose.
of the chips in play.
Ghost of M, what's up? I can see all of our regulars in here. King Dong. All of your regs are probably in here also.
There's a lot of people from my channel. Yes, please hit the follow button, you guys. Give the Stones Live Poker some love.
I smoke crack, what's up? Oh. What? Oh.
This is our third bottle of wine since you've been
Oh,
gone.
so
It's actually the same
since
glass.
I've been gone?
I think you actually poured this glass for me like 2.5 hours ago. I've really been milking it. I'm a lightweight, all
sad
right?
that I don't have any wine in front of me. I clearly cannot drink the wine in front of me.
Spartacus waking up on the button with King Jack suited.
And this wine here in Sacramento is strong. It
Kevin
is
Martin,
whatever it
ladies and
is.
gentlemen.
Spartacus with the shove. This time he had the goods, King Jack suited.
It's pretty standard.
So cash game player might say, yo, King Jack suited, that's not the nuts. But I mean, with less than 20 bigs in a tournament,
It's pretty nutty.
I'm
We're
pretty-
short
yeah.
stacked, not short stacked, short at the table also. So 5-handed, it's not a bad hand.
Oh, it's amazing for sure.
It's called nuts to me.
Right?
Do you play a lot of tournaments, Veronica?
I've been known to burn money here and there. I like to light it
So
on
when I
fire.
think of you, I think of a cash game player, not.
I can light money on fire in any type of game.
Any variant.
Yes, that's
yeah.
what we want.
Yeah, don't.
High stakes go fish.
There's
like whatever you,
there's
whatever
no
you want.
limit to how I can
Yeah.
set it on fire. Yeah.
The degeneracy is real.
David A's waking up with Ace Jack under the gun, and looks like he wants to
Look at
go
that.
upstairs.
Yes.
He's got the majority of the chips in play, right?
So he really doesn't need much of a hand here to play as the chip leader. The fact that he has ace-jack is kind of just a bonus. He could raise here with a much, much wider range of hands.
So we are at 30,000, 60,000 blinds with a 5K ante. And we see an open to 145K. So a little over 2x open.
Wilson has a decision here with 2 red 7s. Again, for Wilson to go all in and put his life on the line, and he loses, he's out in 50, he misses out in the pay jump, so it's a really, really tough spot.
Send it.
He's got 85K behind, or sorry, 85K to call.
I don't believe in folding pairs 5-handed with that stack size.
Well, I mean, you got to think of David's range, right? He might be dominating a good part of his
He
range.
could, but under the gun, I mean, 5-handed as chip leader, he can and should be pretty wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 7s, I just don't see us folding.
I feel like I stopped the party.
No, you're good. I'm
Just got all
trying to.
quiet.
No, we're just seeing what
Did he click it back?
he just he just
he-
defended.
Flatted.
He just defended
Wow.
from the big blind. We see a 6, 8, 10 flop.
And Wilson checks. He's got an inside straight draw.
Gotta think David's gonna apply the pressure here.
David has the same straight. No, he does not. I'll check that.
It's like, what is Wilson supposed to do here out of position with, gut shot, third pair? It's really, really tough. David's going to continue to be the bully. Wilson is ahead here with 2 7s at the moment. But it's
David's-
got to be a 6 spot where he says, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, David's going to see that his entire range here, right? So,
Most of it, yeah, absolutely.
I've actually played against David quite a few times. He's a sick puppy.
Yeah, he's a dirty
He's got a
man.
lot of problems, but we love him. Like it's good.
He hates most things, and so do we. So we love
He
him.
fits right in.
Yeah.
Tough spot for Wilson. If you check call, you're out of position against a chip leader with third pair.
It's
Not many turns in preview. Like, it's pretty miserable. I wouldn't fault the check fold.
It's a gross call.
Yeah, it's probably. Oh my goodness,
Wow.
he shoves! I was not
What a
expecting that.
sicko!
Yeah, wow.
He says, it's high school, it's prom night, I'm going all the way.
So now,
This is it. This is, we said someone has to stand up for David, and he does take a spot with 2 7s. It's weird that he just didn't shove pre-flop, but he decides to call and then check shove this board. But, I mean, you got to give him credit. He has the best hand, and you got to imagine it's getting through here.
and now if you're David, what are the prices being laid here? There's now 900 and change in the pot. You're getting over 3 to 1 to your money, or about 3 to 1 to your money.
He's got 2 overs. He doesn't even, I mean...
He doesn't even have, like, the backdoor flush draw.
He doesn't even have the backdoor flush draw. Yeah, it's just gross.
Is this Hollywood by David, or is he actually contemplating putting Wilson on a flush draw or hand, like, I mean, there's not too many hands that he's in good shape against. Maybe Jack 9.
5, 7.
Maybe
Like,
Queen Jack with 2 overs and a gut shot. Wilson decides to shove, but it's getting pretty thin here if he decides to call with Ace Jack.
I'm just going to make a side note. Look at the size of his plaques.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like almost
impressive.
touching the ceiling. He's okay if he folds here. Your wine looks delicious. I'm just saying. I'm not
wanna-
saying. I might.
Yeah, take a.
And then, like, everybody in the chat's gonna be so jelly that I'm drinking your wine.
I've been nursing this bad boy for like 2.5 hours. So.
I clearly can drink the wine that's in front of me. And I
Oh,
have.
Jake, what do you think is going on here? Why is he taking so much time? Is he actually
he's not
contemplating hero
blocking any
calling?
hearts, so he thinks that
There you
Wilson might be a
go.
little draw heavy.
What a sick
Maybe he's
puppy,
actually thinking about
Wilson.
it for a little
He doesn't
bit.
have a 9 or a 7 in his hand, so he thinks once he thinks that maybe Wilson's draw heavy, but like,
Well, you got to give Wilson respect there. All in for his tournament life with these pay jumps, with everything against the chip leader with third pair. I mean, it takes a little bit of gonads, and there you see. 4 big blinds, 6 big blinds, 14, 15. Everyone is super short.
Now,
Yes.
9, 8, 6, 2 hearts. You have ace jack. Are you ever just checking back there? Are we ever like?
I would form some checkbacks with like maybe a top pair, weak kicker, and maybe some hearts out checkback once
Some
in
of
a
the good
while.
ace X hands, we would expect it with our effective stack sizes, our opponent to be jamming most pairs, so we're not expecting our opponent to just have if we're not getting like pocket 5s, pocket 4s, 3s, to fold there. We're not really accomplishing anything by c-betting the ace jack maybe, and it's in the ace king, ace queen with a jam on the pre, so we're not like better there.
That's
so
a good point.
If we have ace and if we wouldn't fold a pair, we gotta have a pretty good, kind of a nutted no pair.
That flop definitely hits his opponent's range way harder
I
than
think
his.
checking back's
Mike Postle's all in, ladies and
pretty
gentlemen.
good option with the ace jack.
No, I can definitely get merit for that. On the other end of that, like you are the chip leader, like people kind of have
And
to
there's
be
something
respectful
about like
of you.
blunt force trauma.
Oh,
that's
for
just
sure.
It's really good.
Mike Postle's all in, ladies and gentlemen. Any up player of the year? Not this year.
All in,
But a
call. Here we
previous-
go. Mikey's all in. He's going to need help, but he does have live cards with Queen 5 of spades.
So here's where I walked in.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, obviously.
Queen 5, King 9.
Let's go.
He's gonna sweat.
David gets it in good,
There's
and
an
he's
8.
holding.
Kevin.
Mikey needs a 6, a 5, or a queen.
Oh, no.
Tahoe Max says respect my chip authority. Oh, nice game, Mike Tossel. We love you. We love you and Veronica and friends.
A couple moments at this final table where I really thought Mike was going to get some momentum going and challenge David, but he kind of ran bad in certain moments.
Yeah.
The big
And,
spot was, I think, that ace 4 hand.
For sure, absolutely.
And I think Mikey, I think he knew it.
You knew he was good there with the ace 4?
And it's kind of like one of those, ICM ladder up kind of things,
Yeah.
where I can find a better spot maybe, and I don't think in Mike's mind the line made a lot of sense, and I think looking back, especially, not to be just results oriented, but I think Mike's going to go back and look at the hand and really want it back. I don't think there's that many times our opponent's turning, second, third pair into a bluff there, where, okay, well, we know he's he's full of shit here, and we're just calling off, we're hearing, but we're wrong anyways.
I'm going to turn this into a meme on Twitter. Just you and I passing the wine glass back and forth.
Veronica, you are a much better drinker than I am, and I can't even pretend that I can compete with you. It's
Do not
embarrassing.
say these things on air.
We are down to the final 4, just like that. Good game, Mikey. I think he played really well. I think he made a lot of really good, reasonable decisions, but
Mike's going to take home just over 4K, or no, more.
I believe it'll come by right here, but David continues to run well. Oh, King Queen suited 4-handed is just not even fair. This literally looks like aces.
So Mikey takes home 5,300 for 5th.
Which will have him almost break even for the 1-3 game that he played last week.
Bang, bang, shots fired.
Wow.
There you go.
I love Mike Tossel.
David here, King Queen.
Spartacus holding the jack deuce.
Credit to Spartacus, Kerry, Wilson, just by staying a little snug in certain spots. Wilson obviously not, but they're all guaranteed 6,000 American dollars. The next jump is pretty big. It's 1,600.
American, what is that in Canadian?
It's
Like 25,000.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I don't want to think about it. We already had this discussion. I had I'm going to totally brag. I had a winning cash game session today, and I felt
Yes.
very proud of myself. And then after it was over, I converted how much American money, and then I'm like, I might be ready to retire.
Yeah.
I think I'm good
In
to go.
Canada, yeah.
The Canadian currency is embarrassingly weak right now, but
I feel like Stones Live loves Canadians. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. And you're starting to fall. Every time you get a Canadian sticker, send me a snap. It's okay.
The Canadian.
what up, everyone in Twitch chat? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are enjoying the show right now. Some prizes have been handed out, but we have a lot to decide here still.
I feel like I'm interrupting.
Jamie Staples says, our money is the best money.
USA. Trump.
Damn it.
No,
God.
no, it's not. More wine. Every time he is mentioned.
Ace Queen 6 rainbow here. Spartacus just completed the small blind. Carrie checked her option here in the big. Carrie flopped the best of it, if I'm not mistaken, here with her pair of queens.
Yeah, there it is, ace queen.
Spartacus leads out into this flop.
Oh, Carrie's shaking in her head, and she decides to
jams.
shove.
Wow.
She says, "Eat it."
Okay then.
takes-
Insta
down.
fold.
Yeah.
Am I
Gotta give her
interrupting,
credit. Gotta give her
boys?
credit. She takes down the queen. Wow, they're all so short. 8, 11, 14. Veronica, you're definitely not interrupting.
Oh, okay. I'll stay. I mean, if you want me to.
No, please stay.
As long as the wine keeps coming my way, I'll stay. We are near Napa Valley. Awesome, Jameson. Jawsome.
Shout out to
says-
tournament director.
Oh yeah.
There it
J.K.
is.
Stone.
Justin Caritis.
Justin,
Jason
Justin's been
Bennett.
excellent.
Best buds.
Justin is just so kind.
He loves you. He does. He's been writing letters to you and stalking you for years, and you finally decided to come
A
down.
little
to join us.
bromance has developed, like a little bit.
You enjoy the stalker. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's how we got Jake.
Oh my god.
We stalked Jake for months.
Oh. David's plaques becoming dangerously high over there.
Yeah.
Look at Spartacus. Look at his nicely laid
Yeah.
out plaques, his chips.
He's an engineer,
He's a very
obviously.
organized man, yeah. Ace Queen,
He's bet ready. That's what he is.
he just shoves. I mean, he doesn't go all in. He puts in most of his chips.
He's on the button.
Small blind carry, nothing. Oh, not even a close spot here. 5 deuce in the big blind. Spartacus takes down the chips.
Oh,
Show me.
don't
Oh, he
show.
flashes the ace queen. I
hate
like to muck
that.
it and let them think, a little
Yeah.
bit, though, for sure.
They probably always think that you're bluffing.
Oh, I mean, something to be said for when you're just like a young person that talks a lot at the table, like I like to do. I like to be very social and interact with people. People just think like, oh, he's outgoing, so he's going to be playing a lot of hands and bluffing a lot.
In
you
reality,
never do.
you're like a nit.
Yeah, you never bluff, right?
I'm pretty spewy. I'm pretty spewy out there. David's going to win. I mean, he's absolutely the favorite right now. People in the chat saying David is going to win.
If he doesn't, I will eat a paper cup.
Again?
That's so good. You're going to eat a paper cup if David doesn't win? He only has 59% of the chips. I mean, all right, write it down. Spartacus, carry. I'm cheering for the other 3 more
I'm
now than ever.
chronically
Where did that come
losing
from? Not do
bets.
like a shot, not do
At
something
least-
silly.
okay,
Eat a paper cup.
It just came to me. This is how I get in trouble. I lose bets all the time.
Carry on the button.
Also, we're not allowed to have whipped cream in the booth anymore. Because
I don't know if you know about the whipped cream. It's not a joke. I'm not allowed. We like banned whipped cream because of me.
Oh my goodness, I've not heard the story.
Bro.
JFK Stones. His suit is now permanently stained.
Oh,
Looks like Wilson's completing the small blind.
David, ace queen. Run better, bro.
it's nice to pick
Wow.
up big hands here. You got to think after the small blind limps, his decision is to shove.
You got to think. It seems like he's just turning on the aggro button with any 2 cards. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
surprised he's getting that.
Like we said earlier before, he doesn't need these hands to be this aggressive, but
Yeah.
he's just picking them up. Oh, I
you
just knocked
abusing
something
me?
off. Yes,
Just throwing
the wine is
stuff at
kicking
me?
in. But I mean, like he could have 5-7 offsuit here. He could have queen 3, and a shove would be totally reasonable and the correct play. The fact that he has ace queen offsuit is just a bonus.
Love it.
Stuffs it.
Oh,
Hand
and-
over.
Y'all,
It's
that-
sausage and he's stuffing it.
7 bigs, 12 bigs, 13 bigs,
And then David.
and David
3.1 million in chips.
61%.
So what's coming up for you and what's on your radar? Anything big coming up for you?
I'm back up to Canada right after this, and I'm actually off to Europe on March the 6th. A bunch of the PokerStars team pros are coming out there. I got signed very recently, like less than a year ago. So I haven't had a chance to meet a lot of the team and get together. So I'm going out to Europe. I think Jamie's going to be there March 6th, and I'm there till the 10th, I believe, and then I'm back home and back on the full-time Twitch stream and grind.
Nice.
Twitch is going to be huge here in 2017. I had the PokerStars patch here, but
Sticky sticker.
it fell off. Yeah, there it is.
Stick here.
It lost all its stickiness. So yeah, we started
I
off.
can make things sticky again.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the show.
Wilson here with ace-3 on the button.
Maybe I should leave.
No, I love it. I love it.
You're good. Ace-3 on the button.
Carey has a lot shorter chips. He just goes for the raise. Probably thinking about a shove there, but he decides to open. Takes it down. What did Spartacus fold in the big blind? Jack 3 suited.
Yeah,
Again,
it's
not to
running a
get too
little close.
judgmental, but defend, young man. Defend your big blind, especially with suited jacks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's freaking
Yeah.
four-handed.
I'm a big fan. The more that I've studied poker and worked on my big blind game, it's just like
We defend a lot.
you just can't really fold.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yes.
But to be honest, if Spartacus thinks he can stay snug and maybe David will knock out the other two, he can get that ladder. There is something to be said. But Jack 3 suited is Jack 3 suited.
Now, for a lot of these players, like I said, most of them, being whether they're primarily tournament players, primarily cash game players, most of them being live players are going to have little to no experience playing short-handed. Four-handed, six-handed poker, or let alone or six max, let alone four-handed poker. So this is probably new territory for most of these players.
For sure, absolutely.
And so adjusting, your defense range and things like that, accordingly, it's just something that these players are all going to be very, very, very new to.
Absolutely, and that's where a big edge comes in tournaments is the guys who do play online, the guys who do run the short stack simulations, the guys who figure out the optimal ranges with 12 big blinds, 15 big blinds, they're really going to run over the average live player. When I played the cash full time I went to play tournaments, I really just clicked buttons and had no idea, and I didn't have a lot of results until we learned that short stack game from 5 bigs to 20 big blinds, and that's where like a lot of the bread and butter is. Ooh, huge hand here for Carey.
David makes it 150K off the big blind. Or I'm sorry, off the button with an ace. Ace deuce off. Carey, ace jack. She's gonna send it.
Yeah.
And we love it.
And the sick thing is David is priced in. I can't imagine he's going to fold. There he goes instantly.
He's got a call.
Ace deuce versus ace jack. If David continues to run as he has been, we might be down to three-handed.
All he needs is a deuce.
Ace jack versus ace deuce. Oh, the deuce is coming, isn't it? He's running so well.
Oh, there it is. We
Right.
knew it.
Gary needs a
knew
jack.
it.
Come on, Justice Jack. Let her stay in. No, she shakes her head.
She's in pain.
Oh, my
Oh my
goodness. What did
man.
he do?
Ace jack versus ace deuce. Can it get any better for Mr. David Juan Valdez?
He just,
Juan Valdez.
This is a dream final table for him. It really is.
We are now
And-
three-handed. Congratulations to Carey. She takes 4th place here for
Spartacus
just over 6K.
needs to open up his range. He's got 11 big blinds.
He's got position on David.
He's got position on David. He's got the best seat in the house right now.
Carey to go out like
jack,
that.
ace deuce.
Well played by Carey.
Oh my
Good
God.
good performance here. 4th place for a whack of money, but she's gonna be it's gonna take a while for her to shake that deuce off, I think. Look at David, he's just smiling. How can life get any better? Gets it in good, he wins. Gets it in bad, he wins. He has all the chips here.
He's like, what do you want me to do, huh? What do you mean? I got ace deuce.
So now this is one of my favorite part of tournaments because it's three-handed, right? One guy has all the chips. The difference between 3rd place money and 2nd place money is massive. I believe it's like $4,000, and those guys are both even stacks. So they really want to outlast the other player and get a $4,000 pay jump. So David,
Open up
everything.
Everything.
He should not fold the button, I don't think.
No.
Any-
we do not pull the button. We do not pull the small blind. And
Yeah, we'll see what happens here three-handed though.
so every player now at this point is guaranteed $7,600. He said it's a 4K pay jump to 2nd, and then a nearly 9K pay jump to 1st.
It was like, we're in church now. We're drinking the blood of Christ.
Final 3, you guys. I mean, this is coming. If David can finish this off without much resistance, it's going to be about as perfect as a final table as you can.
Right?
I can't really remember too many significant pots that he's lost at all.
And I don't have to eat a paper cup.
That's right. You said if.
Oh, the split screen.
Epic split screen.
Love
Yo,
it.
what's the dealer's name?
Cameron.
Look at that fade line though. Look at that haircut. Look, it's a perfect line.
It's clean.
Yeah, it's super sharp. Kappa Pride. Do you guys know what the Kappa Pride means?
No.
You don't know about Kappa? You don't know about Kappa in Twitch?
I'm American.
It means that you're being sarcastic,
Oh.
right?
Kappa. All right, guys, can we see some Kappas and some Kappa Prides
Yeah,
here?
sure. Oh, that's Kappa Pride,
Kappa
yeah.
Pride is like gay sarcasm, basically. So if I'm just like, you know, yes, it's like, it's whenever you have a.
Babyface ATL.
So for example, if I reached over and tickled you or something, they would put Kappa Pride in the chat because they're like, yeah, he's acting flamboyant and.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh, there's
Yeah, it's
there's
an
a lot
interesting
of
language.
Kappa.
There you go. It's an interesting language that these Twitch kids use. So yeah, the Kappa
Baby
Pride, you see the
Kappa?
rainbows. Those are definitely.
What's that baby Kappa? Babyface ATL.
Oh, the
little
mini
one?
Yeah, the mini K.
Mini Kappa.
What up, Jimmy Bluffett? How you doing, brother? You know, David gets a walk.
These Twitch kids.
12 bigs, and David with all the chips. So Spartacus and Wilson here are going to be playing that waiting game. They both want that 4,000 pay jump really badly.
You're not going to get it folding Jack 3 suited.
Good point.
No?
It's a tough. You want to play pots, you want to build chips, but you also want to last. It's that tough balance between going for the win and laddering.
Tell me the truth, Kmart.
Many people have spent many years studying the subject and come away a crazy or confused person. Don't fold the 6-4, David.
Oh.
David, we don't fold anything.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Maybe David. Does David have access to the RFID card reader? Is that what's going on?
David is Jesus.
Online poker, live poker. Some of the reads you can pick up, like watching players that will look at their squeeze their cards early before their action.
Okay.
You'll catch players, they'll have like a long apex sometimes, how long they look at their cards.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get an indication of how strong a player is that has yet to act on you before you've done anything.
By the apex.
I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going on there. I mean, we both agree that we feel like David should be opening pretty liberally from like anywhere on the from the table. But there are some times, where I've myself found myself, opening a hand or squeezing a hand where I should probably be doing something here, but you caught a guy looking at his cards and chip glancing afterward and something like that, where you make some pretty sick cold folds or whatever, or you save the C-bet sometimes in other spots where you would have dumped a little bit.
Ooh, David raises all in from Spartacus. Good point. Jake, great point on the live reads. It's something that I don't have much experience on because I haven't played live very much in the last year and a half. But if you can make a read and get some strength or weakness off of a player, you can make exploitative plays and actually really profit from them. So this is a raise from David. Spartacus goes for it, and Wilson apparently has a decision here. He hasn't snap folded.
We still can't see his cards. Graphics.
David makes it
catching up.
150 to go off the button with Jack 8. Spartacus sends the Ace 5er. And then we got a
my goodness.
shove from Wilson.
Dave's going to fold, and we have an all.
Queens!
Sickness. What bad
We
timing
might
for
be heads
Spartacus.
up here.
What bad timing. He waited all night.
Oh, Jesus.
Still 31% though. He is going to win this hand 1 in 3 times. Queens looks so much better, but still, it's only a 2-1 favorite.
There's a 5. Hope springs eternal.
Oh, that's close. No.
Runouts pure. Queens are good.
And we are heads up just like that. Or Spartacus might have an ante left or something. He might have.
Spartacus is short. And he's got 1 big.
Pretty unlucky for Spartacus. David raises the button. You have the ace. You're probably going to shove, and then for the other guy to wake up with the honeys.
3-handed.
Yeah, for sure.
How does he wake up with Queens 3-handed? Live poker charade.
Wilson takes a bite.
Right?
Is that sushi that he's eating there?
Might be the duck tacos.
I had the duck tacos the other day. They were delicious.
Someone get that paper cup ready. They're saying. If they chop, I don't eat it. Just saying, those are the rules.
Takes up the phone. He's, honey, I'm going to be a heads up here for 20K. Spartacus is not. Again, I think he has an ante left or something, but there he is, a couple gray chips. He laughs, he throws them over.
He's gonna wait for a good hand though. That was a joke,
wait,
everybody. Ha ha. The two of you, I swear to God.
Oh my god.
Spartacus, the body language is.
Just put it in, stick it.
It says he's one big blind.
So gross.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be heads up here, and David has a 2-1 chip lead. Maybe Wilson can form some sort of a comeback here, though.
Right on. All right, guys. For those of you watching the stream, don't forget to hit the heart button. Follow us if you like what you see here. We stream live cash games on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10.
It's not. I mean, it used to be us all the time.
It was.
Hasn't been us in a while. It'll be us again.
Imagine.
And you and
I'm going to actually subscribe.
what? Kevin Martin is subscribing. I don't know where this subscription goes.
I'm going to subscribe.
I'm gonna look
I'm gonna
at his
subscribe.
credit card number while he's doing this.
No, it's maxed out. There's not much on it there. The Spartacus. Oh, there we go. $4.99 a month. Subscribe, Kevin Martin 987.
And
Wow,
love it.
I feel like we're a big deal now. We got Kevin Martin money.
Check out.
Spartacus, less than
Ship
one
it.
big.
Yeah.
The run good needs to be real.
He's still got chips though. It's not over.
He's all in. Like it or not.
Is he still here?
There we go. Hey, Christy, how you doing?
Oh yeah, you have your own little little emoji on here.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of a big deal, huh?
No. No, I'm not a big deal at all.
I think humility is my best quality.
It's a three-way all in here. I mean, Spartacus might triple up here. David has 8 high. Wilson has 9 high. If it can go brick, you gotta imagine Spartacus has the best hand with random 2 cards. Oh, the 4 is gonna be tough to beat. I hope Spartacus stays alive.
With a 5!
He's alive!
He's alive!
Spartacus is alive! I mean, he's not only alive, he's up
springs
to what,
eternal.
4 big blinds
I'm gonna
now.
eat that goddamn paper cup soon. He's gonna win this.
Oh my goodness. It's not over for Spartacus yet. Oh my goodness. American alcohol, I swear, is different. Like, it's not that strong in Canada. I don't know how you guys do
We
it
have
here.
really good dead grapes out here.
Like, it's really
good
strong.
dead grapes.
Yeah, let me finish that last little bit here.
Is that enjoyable for you?
Oh,
As much for you as it was for
I
me?
can take the punishment though. All right, David here with an ace-5. So Wilson is kind of like, come on. Wilson just wants to go heads up with David, right? He just wants that ladder. He's frustrated that Spartacus is still alive.
Tahoe Mac wants to buy you a drink. It's too late. We already did.
Come on, King 8 diamonds, keep him alive.
Oh.
Spartacus stuffs it. Wilson's gonna call.
So Wilson's gonna call here. He just wants a chance to knock out Spartacus, who's all in for 160,000. Now, if Spartacus wins this, the comeback story is alive. The comeback
Not gonna
story is
happen.
dead. The comeback story is dead.
Yeah.
It's over.
He is Diamond or Queen 10 runners.
Is David gonna bet the side pot?
He does go for the bet here into the absolute dry side pot, and he takes it down. All right, he needs a diamond, a queen, a 10 to stay alive. He looks like he's a no.
That's it.
That's it, and they are heads up. There are the handshakes. He puts the hands in his pockets. But third place, 169 people join. He gets third place for $7,600. But congratulations to the final two here. They're both guaranteed more than $10,000. And we have a heads-up match incoming. It's a little bit lopsided, but heads-up is a fun beast to watch. Do you guys play much heads-up at all?
I used to play a lot heads up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Every day. No.
No, stop.
No.
Do you play a lot of heads-up?
I used to.
Live heads-up?
Before Black Friday, I used to play a lot of heads up.
It's a fascinating thing, and it's something that like I don't play very much of, but if you want to like get good at poker, I mean it's a good base to build on.
Yeah.
Like it's a wide range versus wide range poker for sure. Oh, it's so cute. The final two are on the same side of the table as well.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how we like to do it here at Stones.
Oh, there's the
It's love.
handshake. So just to remind everyone in chat, Veronica Brill has decided that she will eat a paper cup. Is that what this is? You will eat a paper cup if David loses this tournament?
Oh my God. Regrets. Regrets. At least I didn't say it would tattoo regrets on my chest.
Heads up.
There is someone walking around with a tattoo of my name on his ass. Just
It's real.
So Wilson's the short
Just fold, cold folds the 4-3
on the buttons.
on the
That's
button.
kind of, it's odd, no?
Again, I'm not too versed in heads up. I probably wouldn't fold any hands on the button. I'd either limp or work in a raise
Yeah.
strategy with everything. But 4-3 in the distribution of Texas Hold'em hands, 4-3 is a bottom 5% hand. So if you're going to choose to walk out a few hands, like 4-3 is one of them to do it with.
We have position, pretend to have good cards. It's okay to pretend to run good sometimes.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. So we'll note that. I mean, if he all of a sudden starts folding a lot of buttons, it's something to pay attention to.
I mean, we have to like work in some sort of a limping range. Heads up.
So Wilson is the shorter stack with, I believe, 25 big blinds, 26 big blinds.
We're still at 30K, 60K. David opens to 130. Standard open here.
Yeah.
No deal's been made, right? They haven't
No.
even discussed a deal. They haven't even
No.
paused at all.
No, we play for blood.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Sacramento.
Sacramento?
Your second home now.
Oh, cool.
I mean, good performance by both these guys at the final table. First place, 19,000. Second place, 11,000. These guys are playing an $8,000 heads-up match right now. And they're both short. It's a pretty high variance heads-up match for 8K.
Staples is me and Kev versus Rhonda and Dan. What's that about?
There was a discussion on Twitch Poker whether Jamie and I would be able to beat Ronda Rousey on a 2-on-1 MMA match. People think that we would lose. I thought that like 2-on-1, like we're both pretty physical big guys. I know she's
you guys would get pummeled.
I know she's a professional
She
fighter.
would destroy you guys. You can't even drink a glass of wine. What are you talking about?
Bang bang, shots fired. I mean, good point.
Oh my god.
It's a valid point, right?
It's real.
Oh my goodness. David Betts is 9-5.
Kevin Martin's a good sport, ladies and gentlemen.
I can take the verbal punishment. I have no pride.
We're both Canadian, eh?
Yes, Veronica is born in Poland, raised in Edmonton, Alberta, right near Calgary,
Right.
Alberta, which is my home.
Yes. Like we're a few hours away, like a stone's throw. Jack on the river. Action's on Wilson, I believe.
So Wilson is the 4-card straight here. His best opportunity for him to get more chips in this pot is probably to check and let David turn his hand into a bluff, right? But how is he supposed to know that? Can't imagine David's going to hero call here with a 9. Yo, I'm telling you, Wilson's going to make this thing a match. We might have to get that paper cut ready, Veronica.
I would bomb the pot here.
Make it look super bluffy.
Our opponent's going to fold it in mostly any like one pair type hands, and maybe Sans top pair, but on a 4-card straight board, I mean, he might call off a lot of 2-pair with 2. Any marginal hands folding, so might as well just like go big, maybe try to find some hero calls out of them, keeping some bluffs in the range. Just bomb.
I think that's a good point. Jake.
Put too many chips in the pot. Make it make no sense.
David's thinking about it. He hasn't snap released. He's thinking, is Wilson pulling a move here? Heads up. Heads up when you make a pair. I don't know. You also gotta wonder.
Blitzology, what's up, man?
I mean, if David makes the call here with a 9 and go, oh my goodness, we have it standing by.
Paper cup.
Bro, why would you say like a tequila shot or something? What? You're gonna eat a physical? This is gonna make you sick.
I'm not gonna eat it. I never said this paper cup
tonight. Like this is not good. Please don't put this in your stomach. I'm gonna beat up the bet. We'll just get you some tequila or something. This is gonna make you sick.
I'm not eating that cup. I didn't say. They have little tiny baby paper cups. And I was just saying
David is not folding here.
David's gonna come through for me.
He's reaching for chips.
Has David been a bit of a station tonight?
No, he's played really well. He hasn't. He really hasn't been in a position where people have made. There he goes.
Nice fold.
Nice fold. He reaches the
But you
decision.
saw it in the sizing there. I mean, the pot size bet on the river, and it got David kind of curious. Okay, like if you really had it, why are you bombing pot?
For sure.
So much. That's why I think why you do that. Maybe even a little larger. I would have liked there.
It's a nice big size by our friend Wilson. Yo, Wilson might make this a contest. From what we've seen to this point, a couple new people in chat. This has been an excellent, almost perfect final table from David. He's really ran the whole way. He came in as the chip leader. He's just dominated every single position. But we have a little bit of momentum from Wilson here, heads up, and he might be able to challenge David for the title.
Wilson on the button with the King Jack. Definitely a hand we want to open heads up.
He does go for the raise here.
David with a 10 deuce. Out of position. I don't think there's a lot we can defend with there.
He lets it go. There you go. 2-1 favor from David, but Wilson taking a couple of nice pots here. Heads up is a beautiful form of poker. You can see how people think about their hands and what they do with it.
It forces you to get creative, to think poker.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Because
Challenge accepted.
to be honest, I mean, you guys both play live poker, and I play live poker, and I used to play 1-2 a lot, and like even 2-5 to a certain extent, is you can really kind of just be a nit and make money at the games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, you can just kind of be a nit and make money at 1-2.
Let other people like make mistakes around you. Yeah.
But you can't do that heads up. You
Heads
can't
up,
be a nit.
no.
You are forced to play pots, and that's what makes it so fun.
Don Quixote says, "Oh, dude, they got those Casino Royale rectangle chips. Yes, the plaques are in play. The 25K plaques. The lavender chips you see, light color chips, those are 5K. The yellow chips are 10K each, and the plaques are 25K each. There's just over 5 million total chips in play. We are heads up here. The $500 buy-in Stones Classic Monster Stack. 75K guarantee."
You have like a shortcut to
To the Kappa?
Yeah, what's your shortcut? Show me your Kappa secret.
You go Kappa here. Kappa.
Ah. You're a wizard.
Yeah, Twitch is. It took a while to learn, but here we go with Ace 9 and David in the big blind.
So Wilson limps in the Queen 4. David, Ace 9, out of position. Any ace heads up.
Huge hand.
Huge hand.
Nice size by David here as well.
Now the blinds have gone up here, and now we're 40K, 80K.
10K Annie.
No, that'll be next hand, I believe. Sorry.
No, those are the blinds.
Well, how do you make it 130?
Yeah, I think that was just
that was last hand. So now we're up.
Okay, they just went up. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Blinds up now this hand. 40K, 80K with a 10K Annie.
And it's getting hot in this booth.
We are heads up. 169 players started. We came into the final table, a lot of short stacks. Saw some good play, some people trying to compete. A lot of the short stacks went out, and here we are, heads up versus Wilson and David. It's been an interesting narrative in that the pressure is really on David in this heads-up match. You know,
It really is.
Wilson can be happy with his second place finish. He can go home with 11K. But if David loses this, he's gonna go to sleep tonight and say, you know, how did I not win this tournament?
Yeah, he's gonna go home like Hillary Clinton did. I'm sorry,
Wow.
I had to. You set it up, I just dunk it.
Just the alley-oop lob.
Yeah.
Verona comes in and windmills it. Jack 4 suited here on the button.
And we love it. On the button.
David
Looks like
opens the
he's
pot.
putting in a raise.
Who is Blitzology?
He's the amazing guy in the chat.
Oh, it's kind of hard to say no.
What is he saying?
Heads up. Let's play me heads up.
Yeah,
Wilson-
let's do it. For paper cups.
Wilson has ace-9 offsuit for 20 big blinds heads up. You got to imagine jamming is a
Yes.
thing that's
Yes.
going to pop into his mind. You know, if you have 20 big blinds and your opponent is better than ace-9 heads up, GG, good game. You got dealt a better hand, but
Yeah,
you're just
on the
going to be.
button, heads up. I mean, David's raising with anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ace-9 looks delicious.
Super delicious, but he just goes for the defend, which is also a respectable play. Yes, you guys are playing for $8,000 American heads up.
Veronica alternative facts confirmed.
Both these players now guaranteed 11-7 and change. First place will take them just under 20K.
Did he not defend here?
I guess not. Did he maybe announce raise and then just
That's
like make?
probably
Oh,
I think he said
gotcha.
raise and then made the call.
So
and
he's
now-
going
and now
all in.
cutting
He's
out the
shoving,
raise.
basically, is what he's doing. The way he cut it out, it looked like a call, but I guess he is. There he goes. He folds.
Easy game.
Nice hand from
Wow.
Wilson.
Wilson's turning this game around. It's becoming Wilson's game.
I mean, David still has most of the chips, but from what you're saying, Veronica, is that the momentum is definitely shifting a little
Yes.
bit for sure. You can feel it in the building.
I feel it. I don't know about you two.
Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the momentum shift. And the thing is, with the 40-minute levels, is when you're playing 9-handed, you get a certain number of hands. But when you get heads up, you actually play a lot of hands in 40 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
these guys are going to play a lot. Almost, it feels a little bit deeper before the blinds go up. Who do you guys got in the chat? Let's take a poll here. Who do you guys got? Do you guys got David or Wilson for the win here? If you had to bet on it. What would you guys? I would still take David just because of the specific chip advantage.
Chip
but
advantage.
Momentum does feel like Wilson is coming out.
Wilson, so one thing about heads up is that you want to be the person putting the pressure on your opponent, right? You don't want to be calling, you want to be raising, you want to be re-raising. So it seems like Wilson's taking the reins here. He might turn this game around and start taking all these chips, especially if David starts becoming a little bit more passive.
Bottom pair here for David, but it's a bottom pair he cannot be too excited about. Check on the flop.
10 comes off. It's Wilson.
So this is a hand where both of them probably have a pair. They're just dreaming of showdown. I can't imagine either player really turning their hand into a bluff at this moment. I think it's just going to go check, and then, Wilson's going to pick up this 340,000K pot.
We often get nipples shown to us
There it
here.
is. They check down.
Check. Pair of 10's good.
It's one thing I see more live than online is Online, people are willing to turn like kind of showy down hands into bluffs a lot. They'll turn the fourth pair and fifth pair. From the typical live player, I think a lot of them just think, oh, you know what, let's just take this to showdown, which is an easy thing to do. But the young kids clicking buttons online, I think they turn a lot of stuff into bluffs. There you go, 59, 41%. The tides are definitely turning a little bit. Yo, I'm glad Wilson is turning this into a match. Heads up, it really looked like David was running away with it.
It's gonna get real.
And for me, I've always imagined a three-way just like this. Poor guy, he didn't know what he was getting himself into.
I love it. I watch the streams. Like, I watch you guys pretty frequently, but being in the booth with you guys.
Yeah.
David just opened folds.
David just open folds 9-3. Again, unless I'm playing Fedor Holtz or Patrick Antonius, I wouldn't start out with... My strategy would be never to fold a hand on the button.
No.
I wouldn't fold a hand on the button.
No.
Do you see the chips
Heads
now?
up.
2.9 versus 2.1.
It's even,
I'm
and
going to be eating a paper cup.
we got 27 minutes till the blinds go up here, so it could be over in one hand, but I'm excited to see this battle.
Awesome Jawsome. I love you too. Thank you for joining us. Hit the heart. Follow us. We go live every Monday and Wednesday. And then when Kevin Martin's in town, sometimes on Saturdays.
We're actually going to go out after this, right? You guys are going to show me Sacramento a little bit?
Sacramento, yes. We'll
I'm
take
very,
you to
very
all of
excited.
the dangerous spots. No. Where shall we take him? We'll think about it.
We probably shouldn't.
Show me some spots tonight.
shouldn't say.
Let's
make some bad decisions.
Yeah, let's make some. I'm willing to make bad decisions tonight.
Bad
I can be
decisions with good
hungover
friends.
on the plane back to Vancouver tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll be fine with it.
Let's do it. Babyface ATL, we are not going to Old Sacktown. No.
David on the button with the ace-8.
Oh, I'm losing respect for you. But there is a lot of gamble in that water.
This is straight up vodka.
You're right.
Stone's water. It's made with the tears of real grinders.
David with ace-8 on the button here. Decides to open it up. Wilson has 6-7 suited.
How did I end up in this booth tonight?
You make poor life decisions.
Yes.
Standard?
Yeah.
This is a hand that, plays pretty nice
well.
as a defend, but to mix in if you're gonna have heads up, this is a hand that a lot of people use into 3-bets and to get that, that board texture. Oh, they both flop a good pair here.
8-7-3 on the flop.
Top for David. Second pair backdoor hard draw for Wilson.
Gotta imagine David's gonna bet, gotta imagine Wilson's gonna call, and we're gonna see a turn card. What size is he gonna bet here, Veronica? 380K in the pot.
I'd say 75% of the pot. It's kind of a wet board.
It's 220K. About
Do you,
two-thirds pot.
do you change your bet size based on board texture?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Wet boards bet bigger
So,
with value
yeah,
and bluffs.
wet board 75% of the
Yeah, absolutely.
pot. Dry board a little less.
Dry
Less
boards
than half the pot.
25-30% usually. Yeah, and depends against the player. Some players will look at their cards and say, oh, I don't flop a hand, I'll check fold. So against them, you can bet smaller with bluffs, and you don't have to have that balanced size between value and bluffs. But yes, absolutely. Changing your bet size and board textures is... Here we go. This will be a key deciding pot in this heads-up match.
Turn card. So 600K in the pot. Jack of spades comes off. The 9-10 gets there. It's another overcard.
Card neither player is going to like too much here. Will David continue?
Heads up, I'm definitely betting the ace-8 value on it, but I'm careful, like I said, once again, going back to my bet size in here, I'm probably betting something like 1/3 pot, something like that, something like where I can, or we're trying to get value out of worse 8s, any pair of 7s, we're trying to get value from club draws.
David is going to go for the double barrel here, sizing out those yellow chips. Will Wilson get away from it, do you think, on this turn?
I think I bet like 240K. That's too much. It's too much. It's too much. That's 400K. That's half pot. 450K.
Looks like Wilson's already resigned to letting his 7 go here.
How many worse hands continue here versus that sizing? Clubs continue. I mean, maybe. I mean, clubs definitely continue.
9-10, maybe a king 8, a queen 8.
Yeah, well, 9-10 has us in bad shape. Now we're seeing an ace on the river here. Is that an official card? What happened
I
here?
feel like the graphics are a little behind.
Oh, did it go check,
Maybe.
check, turn, and then David bet river?
Yeah, I think you bet the
Okay.
river.
Oh!
That changes everything, right?
Oh, so it check, check, turn, and we had an ace on the river.
Yeah, the graphics were behind.
Oh, I did not see that. I thought.
Yeah. It snuck up on us.
Graphic delay is a real problem. I mean, for us.
So if the turn goes check, check, in Wilson's mind, harder for David to have an ace. I mean, ace-x clubs would have probably continued to barrel the turn.
He goes for the hero call.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh.
He goes for the hero call 6-7, and David is in
and
great
Wilson's
shape now.
face shows the agony.
It's a little optimistic.
Thanks for that cough. I'm going to be sick again for 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
Just like 2015.
It feels optimistic, but I mean, David could have hands like, king, queen, king 10 that he decides to rep that ace with on the river. So heads up. If I was to coach someone heads up, I would definitely say, stay away from the Phil Ivey plays, the hero calls, the really fancy plays on the river, and just play fundamental solid poker. But he goes for the hero call and he's not right. That one definitely hurt.
David now reestablishing his chip lead dominance.
Yeah, it's got to feel good. It felt like he was slipping away a little bit, and then to get that big value bet on the river.
Now I want to see if Wilson tilts here or if he can just maintain his composure.
For sure. When you make a big call and it's not right.
It can rattle you a little bit.
Oh,
You start
absolutely.
to second guess everything you're doing. Do I even know, am I doing this right? Can I even play poker anymore? Like,
Absolutely.
You're big time. Not only do you have your own face emoji on here, but people make up names
There's
that
so
are
many
like
fake
yours.
names. Yeah, there's the
Kevin Barton.
there's the comedy Kappa names. It's a form of flattery, I think.
It is.
Some people have too much time. Like, who are these people making the fake names?
The ones that love you and stalk you. I don't have any Kevin Martin names. I don't have any accounts like that. Not five of them.
I'm sure you have some stalkers out there, Veronica, for sure. Here we go with the chip count. 16 big blinds. So David has a 3-1 chip lead, but look, if Wilson doubles up, it's back to even stacks.
yep.
So 16 big blinds. David can taste the victory here. Oh, look at David's plaques. It's gotten to the point where he can't do the single stack. He's had to move out into the secondary and third.
I'd like to see him try though. I'd play some bets on that.
Yeah.
Tell me you guys seen that YouTube or Twitch video where the guy doing the blog about like going back and playing at like the Venetian, and he's like, can I get an official ruling? This is like the highest stack at the table.
I've
think
never
I saw
seen that,
something.
no.
Oh my god!
That sounds
I'll show you
amazing,
this.
though.
Yeah, it's a spoof video. The guy's like playing like 3-6 limit, talking about like being a grinder.
Yeah.
And he's like just like literally stacking his chip single file like to the ceiling.
That's
until
amazing.
he's thrown out of the poker room.
David puts in a raise, takes it.
Takes another pot.
Scoop.
So Wilson's at 15 big blinds now, I believe. There you go. 8,000 American dollars heads up match here. Again, you guys, if you're new to the stream, if you came from me, if you came from wherever, please hit the follow button and give the Stones Live Poker some support. I believe you guys are coming up on 4,000 followers here. Ooh, you guys are almost at 1 million views.
Wow.
That means almost 800,000 views.
And we were not sober for 600,000 of them.
But seriously.
Worst.
But seriously.
But that was the truth.
Yeah.
Please don't watch our first 6 months. David. Yeah, Wilson just completes. David checks.
Look at Wilson.
flop.
Yeah, limping the 8-3 offsuit. Impressive.
Queen Jack on the flop. David flops the best of it.
Check, check. Jack high is good, but how is he supposed to know that? Oh, excuse me. No, I
Pair
just read the
jacks.
board.
It's okay.
All
Wine
right, you guys take this hand.
because wine.
Because the Sacramento wine.
We will have the best of you yet,
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
David's gonna bet here. I feel like this hand would be more properly played as a check call. A 10 might call us. 10 should call us.
Maybe a 7 here. You're right, though. What was the buy-in? $500.
Yep.
169 people entered. We are heads up here.
And we love it.
Shout out to the graphic guys for the constant updates here. It looked like Wilson was going to come back, and then that failed hero call, it really hurt him. Again, if he makes it and he's right, could go on for the victory here, but those hero calls are super sexy when they work, though.
It feels so good.
Doesn't it feel great?
And you
when
tell me
you
like, oh, I knew it, and you have all this, like, you explain all your logic, all
You're
your
on
trends,
stream,
like,
yeah.
it's so good. And when you're wrong, you're like, well, sometimes.
Jake never gets bluffed, by the way. Station.
But I have called off when I thought I had a flush, and I did not.
That on
stream.
On stream.
Final table, got heads up, and
Never lived it down.
yeah, no, I misread my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've all done that.
Check called 10 high. I mean, it happens.
This is one of my favorite dealers at the Stones Gambling Hall.
The Catholic school teacher with the ruler.
Sam, I believe her name is. She uses the wooden ruler to gather the chips. It's very interesting.
And to spank you if you're bad.
I have not
That's
been,
the part that you liked.
I have not been on that side. I behave at the table. It's David here with Queen Deuce offsuit.
Brent Harrington, welcome to the chat.
By the way, when Val and I are doing the Six Max, feel free to come by.
Come
Be
by.
the cream in our cookie, since I've done that to your show.
Wilson makes it 200K here. David, pretty clunky hand here, the Queen Deuce.
Yeah. Just thinking about it. Decides to give it up.
Thought about it, decided not to do anything with it. He missed that.
Yeah, that one went over my head.
A boot?
No, it's only after the
You're killing me.
David has a 3-1 chip lead, just about that. Wilson, I think you can almost see in his mind, if we could get into his mind, he's still saying, oh, I called with the pair of sevens. I called with the pair of sevens. I feel like it's lingering a little bit on his brain. He just has to shake it up and play every hand optimally from now on out. Queen Jack offsuit with Wilson.
Open fold. Or I'm sorry, open and a fold.
Nice end, nice end. There we go. One double up and we're back to even. And we're 14 minutes away from the blinds going up.
Big Hoggin 54, what's up?
That's a funny comment.
Michael Miss Rocky's stunt double. Not for the last 2 years, I haven't been at least.
If you're
King
talking
eight
about
offsuit.
when he spews chips, then yes.
Do you see that? The dealer uses a wooden ruler to gather the chips. It's quite a nice detail. I love it. Her name is Sam? Is that what it is? She uses... Look, see, David, look at this. He doesn't... The yellow chips are... Like, I guarantee you, if Wilson calls, she will use a wooden ruler to scoop the chips into the pot. It's a very nice deal to pay attention.
Note to self, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever meet Kevin Martin, buy him wine. He's cheap and easy.
I'm stone sober right now.
And a wooden ruler. I love it.
And a wooden ruler.
King 8-4, all hearts. Wilson has a queen of hearts.
There it is. There's the wooden ruler. There's that.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
So excitable. So, second nut flush draw for Wilson, top 2 for David, and we might see some chips go into the middle here.
Wilson check raises to 200K.
Oh, I'm dying.
David with top 2. It's so hard to flop a flush. All in and a call.
There we go. Here it is
This
for
is
the
entire
tournament.
event. All of it.
Wilson gets it in bad, but he does have a live heart draw.
And if David Valdez can fade the heart, pure.
There it is.
That is it. That's our tournament.
Brick, 3-7.
Colombian cocaine right there.
So pure.
Wow. What a...
I didn't have to eat it.
David, I mean, Wilson is going to regret the hero call with the 7, but the last hand, I mean, they both flopped pretty huge and they get it in. I really felt that that heads-up match could go either way, but congratulations to David on a great performance. He takes it down with top 2 pair there.
Congratulations.
I mean, when you get in with top 2 against the flush draw, it goes 3-7 of black cards, you know, it feels pretty good.
So pure.
That's it. David absolutely dominated the final table. He absolutely crushed everything.
Congratulations.
Feels good, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wilson takes 11-7 and change for his second place efforts, and my friend Mr. David Valdez been crushing live tournament poker lately. He's on a heater. It's getting real.
I was really impressed. He made a lot of good decisions based on the stack sizes. He applied pressure when he needed to be. I think
he ran
really
good,
well.
but I mean, yeah, he took advantage of the spots he was given, and he killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's super impressive. $500 tournament, one-day tournament. He takes home $19,700 US.
It's a beautiful thing.
What a sick life.
He's
That's so
counting money
awesome.
right now.
Yeah, he's over at the payout cage. Congratulations. I think we're going to go shake his hand right away.
Guys, that's our stream for the night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kevin Martin, for coming all the way out from Canada to Stone's Gambling Hall, spending some time with us.
I came all the way from
Veronica
Canada,
Bro,
too.
coming all the way from Canada. And that happened, so we'll deal with it.
We're live streaming on
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night and Monday night. Val and I will be
And
here
Monday
Monday
night.
night doing the 6 max. Tomorrow is the
Stones Classic, or the Stones, the Classic Deep Stack. So subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, we'll let you know when we're going live. And then we're streaming Monday as well, and all gearing up toward the big 125K guarantee main event this next weekend. If you don't have your ticket yet, get down here, buy in, satellite in. We'll be running satellites all week. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say thank you guys so much. Not only this commentary, but you guys, please support these guys. Stones Live Poker, if you're going to take off, congratulations, David, but please hit the follow button. I'll try to hit you guys with a host or something. You guys have treated me like an absolute king. Like,
it's been a real
the whole
We're not
tournament
done taking care of you
I
yet.
mean, we're gonna do some things tonight that we're not allowed to show on the stream. We're gonna make some bad decisions.
Terrible things.
Guys, just please make sure I make it on my flight tomorrow to Canada. That's the only
no
thing.
guarantees. No guarantees.
You guys are super trouble. Thank you so much, though.
Good
I had
night,
a great
everybody.
time. Peace.